But here comes the twist of the podcast, which may be shut down. Instead of basing it off a personality type, let's base the personalities off semi-famous YouTubers.
What?
Like this scripted has a Gus Johnson personality.
What we've essentially done is we're making cryptids out of YouTubers. That's what we're doing. Let's be honest.
Hey guys, welcome to the FTL1 podcast. We're joined today by sorry guys, I'm just things haven't been going well with recently.
I was like, what is that? Fuck, what book is that? Kraken,
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, let's just say basically I was like, this seems like a really nice lad, you know, really building up a repertoire, and then this woman goes by Yennefer just steals him from me. So love is dead. What can I say?
What a way to introduce a podcast.
Yeah, you know, I'm just quite lost at the moment. Quite last week I was very energetic and here, and by last week I mean last week, because couldn't come. It was Valentine's Day I happened to find out about it. So, you know, just it's very hard for me to kind of get my head around it, you know. It's just so sudden. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, it wasn't sudden as such. It happened in the book. It's technically always happening, you know, if you think about it.
Well, you know,
always on that one page. It's always happening.
Yeah. Seeing as you can choose to read any bit of it at any point.
Yeah, but it was, for me, it was as quick as a page turn, really.
That's true. What you flip the page and then suddenly there's a full page of Yennefer and Geralt doing a big kiss.
Anyway, I didn't introduce them. I'm joined today by Jack.
Yeah, who are we?
Jack Only Widening, and the pot.
There we go. We're back on it.
Thinning up.
Finally. Only widening.
The pot thinning.
That could mean so many things.
Yeah,
That can mean
delectable.
so many things. What does that
That's
mean?
what I love about it. It's mysterious. It's open-ended.
It's
Almost like
brilliant.
So yeah, but fortunately, it's cryptid.
It's cryptic.
It's cryptid. I'd love to do. We've been promising this for a long time. A full-scale episode of Sasquatch and Sasnotch, but I just feel like that's not the right kind of cryptid episode for me today. Is it all right if we change it last minute to something else to do with cryptids?
I'm all ears.
I don't know. It's just, I'm so lost, you know. I don't know what to do with myself. It's hard to meet people during a pandemic, so I just wish there was some way to practice my meeting people skills, so when I'm out there I can show Geralt who's boss. But I'm lost.
I'm sensing.
I don't know whether you
as
guys have any ideas on how I could achieve that.
There's a large number of logical inconsistencies in this line of reasoning, but we'll carry on. What about a dating sim?
A dating sim?
Yeah.
That's really convenient, because I have a website right here which tells you exactly how to make dating sims. I was actually unrelated. I was thinking about getting into the whole dating sim. It seems to be
Now's the time, right?
I've been watching some spiffing Brit kind of abusing the algorithm videos, and he said that dating simulators are going to be the next big thing. Like,
Did he?
You're going to see it soon. All
dating sims.
Well, it's less that. So you know how they've got the poll system? Well, and you know how Markiplier did his like series where it's like you click on a video and then it splits into two. Apparently the big thing that's coming up is dating simulators using YouTube videos, because it kind of manipulates a viewer to watch multiple videos, and it really pushes a pushes a channel through the algorithm. I can't talk about it a lot. I think Spiffing Brit, as long as he hasn't deleted the video by now, get to his channel.
Which he is known to do.
Yeah, he's known to do it.
Removed by lawyers.
It's whenever Sue YouTube calls him up and just goes, Spiffing Brit. You can't be doing this, you hear? There's too many dating simulators. The algorithm's getting too horny. Stop it right now, the Spiffing Brit. And he's like, cup of tea, and he's like, I don't understand your wily ways. And then YouTube just takes it off his channel, so he doesn't really have any control over the whole situation. Is that how it
tends to go?
Yeah, that's how it tends to go.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I just love Sue YouTube, man. What a wonderful person.
Hello, it's me, Sue YouTube. Take that bloody down. It's got girls kissing in it. Can't have any girls kissing. Yeah, you can. Yeah, sure, you can torture and murder animals. I don't give a fuck about that. I'm Sue YouTube.
She probably is some sort of old haggish woman, as opposed to...
right. She's lovely, okay? The real person this character's based off is lovely. Sue YouTube is no longer that person. They have diverged in my reality.
Yeah. In her office, just like, Sue YouTube. Small creators bad-mouthing you, and she's like, throttle them! Never show their videos again! Blacklisted. The only way they'll get well known is if they go onto Daily Motion, and that'll never work. Where Stu Daily Motion said, like, oh god, it's the second biggest video thing if you don't count porn. I'm a big deal. And everyone's like, yeah, sure.
No, you aren't. You've forgotten about Crunchyroll, you bastards. You're forgetting anime. You'll never be anime Daily Motion.
So yeah, dating simulators. So, I think the main thing to do is setting, because the one thing that I hate about dating simulators is that they are all set in schools, and most of the people who play dating simulators live at home, so really...
And you'd assume also above 18. Now, maybe that's an assumption I'm making, but
yeah,
it makes sense.
Didn't you have it between the Yu-Gi-Oh cards and the Pokemon cards? You had the dating sim section where everyone for a week was really into dating sims, and then they went to Pokemon cards. Just go and be like, oh guys, have you tried Magical Girl 60 Part 62? Man dates tentacles, and everyone's like, no. Oh, I'm gonna play that whilst I'm grinding up my wood cutting in RuneScape.
Oh, Mum, please, can I get Ducky Ducky Literature Club? Duncan's got it, and he's the coolest kid in school.
He's got 5 body pillows of anime girls, and you won't even let me get one. Drop my head.
I'm never going to be as much of an otaku as him if I don't get all the cool dating sims, Mum.
All I've got are these worthless holographic original Charizards. Where's this gonna take me?
And I can't pretend to have sex with them. Jesus. Right, no, I feel like before we start this podcast, we need a disclaimer. We're not lambasting people that play dating sims.
And we are making a dating sim.
We are. Well, we probably will, but we're kidding. And there's nothing wrong with playing a dating sim. We have no judgment against you. You do you. It's absolutely cool. In a pandemic of all times, I fucking get it. That being said, they're very easy. Look, guys, they're very easy to take the piss out of. They're very easy.
That being said, you know, he's not digging his hole saying that, you know, it's understandable during a quarantine, as if to suggest it's not okay.
It's not understandable the rest of the time.
Yeah, as a normie, I can understand why you do it in a quarantine, but any other time of the year.
Anyway, you do you, and I'm going to go hit my quads with my boys at the gym.
Look, guys, no. Look, I've got a rainbow light-up keyboard just like the rest of you, okay? We're all friends here
We're
on
all
the
friends
internet,
here.
away from the chats.
Yeah, I'm subscribed to r/mechanical keyboards. We're all nerds here.
Is that a thing?
Yes, and people
It's
are
got to- it
very
has to be, doesn't
invested.
it?
I'd
But,
say
like,
it's
they're all just-
raunchier than the porn subreddits.
Is it?
Oh,
How?
definitely. Someone's like, you didn't get them. Oh, you little sluts. and the guy with the microphone just like, what are you going to do about it, studs?
Show me all those programmable RGBs.
Yeah.
It's 16. It's always 16 million because that's just the number of colours that most, like, it's what, 64-bit or something. I don't fucking know. But
Yeah.
it's just the number of colours they all have,
It's
and they're all
colours,
isn't
innit?
that a crazy number? It's like, well, yeah, but as long as you've got, like, the main, red, yellow, and green and shit, like, you're good. I don't really care about 16 million of them.
It's colours, mate. You've seen one, you've seen them all.
I've seen it literally. Like, I mean, like, how many colours do you think you'd be happy with? Minimum, like 50? What more could you want? You ever seen like a like drawing set of all the different colours, like colouring pencils, and it's like one of those massive ones where it's like 50. Like I can't imagine more colours existing than that. So
Yeah.
that'll do me.
You get the 128 and you're like, I have all of the colours.
This is all the colours, surely, and they've even thrown in like 15 shitty useless browns I don't need.
This
but, like,
one's
yeah.
rainbow. And this one's white. Like I'm ever going to be drawing on black.
They know what they're doing because they have a million different colouring pencils you're never going to touch, and then they have one black one, and you just have to buy another set in 2 weeks because you always use the black one first. Anyway, what are we talking about?
Dating sims.
Oh no, I'm sensing a cold open happening today.
Yeah.
We're not getting onto it fast enough.
Right now.
Oh man, there's too many tangents.
So-
I've had coffee. That's the problem.
Too many tangents.
So,
Don't talk to me until I've had
So-
my coffee. Oh.
It's the most normie thing you've ever said.
Please,
so,
Chris, finish the sentence.
the first decision
on
that you
with it.
make is what
Setting.
signifies progression in your game. Which
No, I thought
doesn't
we
matter
didn't
to
do setting
us.
yet. We just whinged about why schools were a stupid place to set a dating sim and then didn't propose an alternative. Nuclear power plant.
Nuclear power plant. I don't see the link between.
Radiation explains a lot of cryptids. Hmm?
What if
I
it
was
is
thinking.
across the globe? What if it is a globe?
Yeah, this
Whoa,
thing.
it's
I was
Mr.
thinking-
Worldwide.
No, I was thinking.
Mr. Worldwide's cryptid dating sim.
I was thinking like on the subject of worldwide. I was thinking because it's quarantine to like mimic it with that. Maybe it's all done through like a Discord server. Like they've all met on a forum and they're all on a Discord server.
So it's worldwide. These are
It's
worldwide
international, but
cryptids.
it's from your bedroom.
Yeah, let's teach people how to sext over Discord.
How to sext things with an agnostic number of arms.
So-
That'll be interesting.
So our setting is why can't I write anything?
Why can't you write? Do a writing.
Why can't I ride?
Let me write.
Damn, we really are the people to educate people how to use the internet.
Please
for-
help me.
I'm
Can't-
literally-
no, he's put setting colon Discord server.
Because I'm thinking there's going to be comic. There's going to be a lot of stuff.
A lot of
A
stuff.
lot of
What other stuff
details.
might
In
there
fact, does somebody else want to be in charge of typing? Because just a flashback to a couple of other episodes that we've done, I notoriously get very tunnel visioned whilst typing to try and.
I
make it
think you
sound
actually
fun.
have to be the typey person because I have the most reverb a room could possibly contain. So I don't know. I don't know if it would be.
See if I can
feel like
get
it's gonna be
time to type
disgusting.
in. Well,
Oh my god,
that's
Matt's doing it. I've
Okay,
never seen Matt.
I'll do
Fun
it.
fact. I've lived with Matt for 3 and a bit, if you count some other times, years, and I've never seen him type on a keyboard. Literally ever. That's definitely
sounds
true.
unlikely.
That's definitely true.
Not even on my laptop keyboard.
That don't count, does it? It's not a keyboard. It's a laptop.
I remember he took down his laptop once into your living room, and I went over to it, and he told me to set it up. So I've touched it. From all I know, I've typed on his laptop more than he has, as far as all of us are aware.
I remember the amount of times where someone would go to the lengths of actually putting the laptop on the floor, like retrieving it from a different room, putting it on the floor, and then sit down, and then we'd all look at each other like, well, which one's going to type the thing in first?
Someone.
It's like, well, you're the nearest.
I'm not
well,
doing it.
true,
I've
but you know, I bought the
provided the
takeaway,
laptop.
so well, it's his laptop. You know, come on.
And it's because I always sit near the laptop, like there, because I've been
You're
checking
always
in on
nearest.
the kitchen. So it was always me. It was always me, and I always thought I was just sat there, and I was just like, I'm not in the state to do this. I don't think I can stand up, but I'm gonna have to because there's a group of people here, and they're waiting on me to
They're
sort it out.
counting on me.
And if I don't do it, no one is.
No one's going
Right,
to.
what,
Let's be honest.
what am I meant to be typing?
Just type whatever you want. You know, it's free.
Just type what we're
have fun with
discussing.
it.
So yeah, so the settings. In terms of our main character and their sexuality, it says you have the following 4 options: a heterosexual
only
male
4?
or female, or a gay male or female. Which I'm just thinking.
That's 4. That's all 4. Or that like, there's more options now.
You say if you want to go out of the box, you can conceivably add cross-dressers. Any one of them could be considered
It's
a
2021.
transgender person.
Is that particularly out of the box? Like, what
was
you're
this
looking at
article written?
you're
When
looking at
was
an
this
interesting
written?
website.
When was this written? Well, that's very helpful. It's like there's no date on this website whatsoever.
So,
It's just
Well, look, right,
tvtropes.org.
for starters, they're cryptids, so half of them don't even have a specified gender. So we're just it doesn't. We're not going to
Doesn't
bother.
matter.
It doesn't.
Everything
absolutely
that's
don't.
written down. We've
What is-
only
What is the
done.
name?
We've,
our playable character.
well, I think normally.
Surely that should be enter.
Yeah, that's
enter house. You know.
So I think you were a human. Are we doing the PC now? Do we want to do more about the setting?
Yeah. Well, you started us on the character.
Well, I've just said
you
that-
Give me a box. Tell me when to stop, and we'll do a box.
The top one.
This is
It's the top box.
this is Lucky Box. Lucky Box.
We're playing fucking Jeopardy all of a sudden.
I should just write.
You've cocked it up. Why have you done the name of the? Hang on. What? How does? We've got cryptid and then name. But if it's a PC, it's
in the wrong
Please
box.
enter name.
You're
Yeah, you
It's
put
in
it
the
in the
wrong
wrong
box.
one.
You
This
did it
is-
wrong. You had one job.
There you go.
Why are you just?
That's easy. I've fixed it.
No.
Oh yes. That
What if-
famous
what if they
cryptid of
don't-
Human.
What if they don't specify as a human? What if they don't want to play a human? What if they want to play a cryptid? It's a cryptid dating sim. So I feel like it's dishonest advertising if we try and sell a game that is called
Okay.
Cryptid Dating Sim where you can't actually be a cryptid.
People can choose stuff. So, for example, if you choose a human, your default, if you're a podcast, you can fuck with things in other people's rooms. I don't know.
Yeah, there's several different levels, and then like you got your basic like 5 cryptids that you can choose from, and then every single time you manage to successfully pair with one of the other cryptids, you get to unlock that like species, and then from then on you can do that.
So, on this website it has necessary tropes. And on there, it says, unless you're doing a fanfic, you will have a main character who falls in love with one or more people, or vice versa. And therefore, you need interesting ways to develop their feelings. So, do you think everyone's hot for the main character? Or is the main character...
You gotta have a range, right? You gotta have a range of difficulties.
The discussion was that, like, this is about practicing people's, over lockdown.
Yeah,
and
some of them are
getting
gonna be
better.
hard.
So I think it's very much that you need to initiate the interest.
Okay, if it's practicing, do we maybe want to go down the route of the super seducer, where he gives you an option of several things to try, and then he tells you which things
why
work
that
and which
one
don't.
doesn't work.
All of them are nonsense.
Oh, that game.
No, I think
Oh,
if you
man.
pick the wrong option too many times, the cryptid comes and just eats you. Speaking of
Eats you.
which, I have
Fucking
endings here.
curses you.
All dating sims have multiple endings. Some can often vary between good to bad to nihilistic. Don't let them all be too happy, because if the main character's not allowed to fail, then you lose the emotional impact of the story/game.
It's very true. Death has to be an option.
You've covered this. I think death is a very real possibility, as it is in real dating.
And even fate's worse than death. That there's like permanent curses that can go on.
Social death as well.
Yeah.
Social death. You can never speak to another person again if you fail.
So one of them will be like we'd have one of the cryptids is like a worm in the internet, and it just shuts off your internet.
So
if you piss it off too much.
Failed to successfully talk to one of these cryptids, you have failed at social interaction. You can never come back from that.
You can never. If you can't talk to a cryptid, you can't talk to nobody.
So with the Discord server,
if you can't talk to a cryptid, who are you going to talk to?
What are you even? They're the easiest people to talk to.
They're not real.
Nobody's real, man. It's a dating simulator. None of them are real.
Even my imaginary friends don't like me.
Now, so is this overall setting more slice of life, or are we leaning more towards a fantasy world, horror world, science fiction? I think a realistic setting with these otherworldly characters. I think.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good mix.
Like it's absolutely just the real world, but
But there's a lot of cryptids like kicking around on the internet, and it's never addressed. That's unusual in any way.
And it also says something about if it's an adult game, but we're just going to skip over that section entirely.
Too hot for TV. So we still didn't iron out the setting, did we? Oh no, the Discord server, of course.
Yeah. Also, in terms of themes and such, you have true companions, power of friendship, coming of age story. What is the journey that the characters will be going through other than the romance plotline?
Well, it feels like a journey of social kind of what's the word?
Metamorphoses.
Well, yeah, getting comfortable with socializing with people intimately.
Yeah,
and and moreover, socializing with people intimately in the online spaces, all that sort of stuff. So there's a layer of there's several different elements of character growth, both in terms of tech skills and in terms of managing not being cursed, and in terms of just chatting up some hot.
Avid typer is getting this all down right now.
Fucking looks like it.
So character growth.
Character growth, social metamorphosis,
social metamorphosis,
and
trying not to get cursed at the same time. That was what you said, right?
It's like a resource management, but the resources
at school,
how
you would be unpopular
and how much
and a bit of a weirdo, but in this game, if you're shit at social skills, you are fucked. And not in the way that you want to be, I guess. You've also got you've got multiple paths. There's also the option of having at the end of it a polyamorous relationship with multiple partners is somewhat popular in modern day games.
I'm sure that is,
I don't think cryptids would really like being messed around. I don't think that is very conducive to the overall lesson we are trying to teach.
No.
This is.
Well, hang on. Yeah. There is such a thing as a consensual polyamorous relationship.
I am 100% confident in that, but I think if this game is aimed at people with zero social skills, that is not the market that we are appealing to.
That's like expert level. We'll get onto that later.
Their real life skill set. So.
I want you don't want to polyamorous relationship. New game.
Be sorely disappointed.
Just so we make sure they've got the basics of their social skills down before they try to have a more advanced maneuver.
Okay, what else is there to think about? So
think about.
I don't really understand the core gameplay loop of it.
So I think normally it's a visual novel that we go through, but this game we seemingly are adding in the thing of it's a Discord server, so there's a bit of typing, investigating people's likes, trying to gauge the room with various memes and such. So I think in this game we have the text channels of Discord are like a secondary gameplay loop, as well as the talking on like the calls, which will be visual novel-esque, where like we have a more in-depth kind of thing where you need to engage with that system in order to discover the likes, dislikes, interests, and also
teaching people to converse through memes is an important skill for the 21st century.
Important skills of the 21st century, and understanding emojis as well. If somebody reacts to your meme about getting the shits because you ate too much spaghetti with their zodiac sign emoji, then you need to understand exactly what that means.
Yeah, there could be a lot of potential context, especially if that zodiac thing is actually like the name of the real cryptid that you're talking to.
Yeah,
there's layers upon layers.
Yeah,
with such a foreign
You don't
creature.
want to get into a conversation with somebody and be thinking the entire time, why Sagittarius?
What could that possibly mean?
What could that possibly mean?
What is a Sagittarius? What actually is it?
It's a zodiac.
It's Arrow Boy.
It's an Arrow
Centaur
Boy Centaur horse. Yes.
Why is that a Sagittarius? Why is that what one is?
Because it's what the Greeks called it.
The Greeks, yeah.
Why? They picked some random shit, I've got to say.
Okay. Maybe I'm not explaining this to you right. Okay, let's try again. Matt, with me? The Greeks. Understand now?
Have you seen the Oracle? What
I have
the
Oracle
they were on?
Yeah.
Well,
the Greeks, they were like,
all of them were tripping balls all the
stars
time.
look like things, mate. And they're like, okay, Brian, and pull me another one while you're at it. Because we don't drink water, we drink diluted wine. Unless you want to get turned up, which I'm doing now.
Because somehow that's better.
Give me another non-branded cider, please.
Okay, so, also, on top of all of this,
so
are
put
there
it
any
on there.
baddies that you have to, like, I don't really... What's the difficulty? Is it just saying the wrong thing?
Yeah, I think the bad guy in this is yourself and your lack of social skills.
Can be you.
I think the obstacle you need to overcome is your technically illiterate self.
Ineptitude.
Yeah. Yeah, I think as well, when we're going through, is this kind of a more comedic game? Have we got a couple of meepsters in the chat, or is this more of a...
I mean, I'm imagining so.
How has this group of individuals made this Discord server? Because I'm thinking it's from some forum where they're like a fan.
I feel like, yeah, it makes sense that they're there because they're cryptids, right? Like, yeah. Like it's to some extent. I think
you've
just been hired as like
I think it'd be funnier that
meat moderator.
It's like a subreddit for an obscure hobby, and it just turns out you are the only normal person there, and everyone else is into your hobby as a cryptid. And it also
what's the hobby then? We now we have to choose who we're calling shit, throwing shade on. What hobby is entirely made up of
neolooms,
cryptids? No, we can't be that self-referential. We simply can't.
I know something that none of us have any link to, so we can meme about it all day. Ski and snowboard.
Yeah. They're all cryptids if I've ever met
them. There are some cryptids in that world.
If I ever knew anything about ski and snowboards, it's like they're all cryptids.
All cryptids. Left, right, and centre.
It can't be something with a big fan base, because we can't see the all Whovians, because in which case, why is it only 8 people? It needs to be a very...
It's got to be something small, like, the concept of skiing.
The concept of skiing.
Very, very, very niche, isn't it? Far more niche than liking Doctor Who enough to be on a forum.
Yeah. Maybe Def Jam. Maybe you're all fans of Def Jam. and
Shrek Super Slam 2.
Shrek Super Slam 2. You're following the
Or was it
active
Shrek
development.
Super Slam? Was it Shrek 2 Super Slam? What was it?
Shrek
There was a
Super
2 in there,
Slam.
right?
There
Shrek
wasn't
Super
a 2
Slam 2.
because there was never.
There was a 1 and a 2.
There wasn't a 2. There was no 2.
They were talking
That's
about
why.
making it, and it never
That's
happened.
why you're confused about where the 2 goes, because there was no Shrek Super Slam 2.
Simple explanation
yet.
here. Here's hoping.
And
okay.
I'm
I mean,
glad we're
that's an
getting
issue,
this
I think.
all written down, all this information.
Don't worry, I'm on it.
Okay,
Stop
because
panicking.
there's a lot that we said there, and I fear that you're only going to put down the Shrek Super Slam bit, and you're going to forget.
It's almost as if he's
Previous
exactly
bit.
going to do that. You've read him like a book.
Played him like a goddamn fiddle. And also we're having I guess we have like a character creator where you make your, like, I guess we give people an option of like a human and like 4 other cryptids.
Yeah, that's what I was
maybe?
thinking.
Yeah. So
And
you
then they're
want to
going to be more normal-ish, like slightly more. I don't want to go like full basic, but like I think that
I
they
think
should be slightly
a
more
human, like a
normal
mystic,
cryptids.
like a mind, like a spur kind of psychic boy.
Okay.
He can move
yeah.
things with his
Esperoba.
mind. What was that word?
Esperoba from the original Yu-Gi-Oh anime.
Fuck off.
That's
He was psychic, except he wasn't.
What? It makes so
he
much
had lots
sense.
of he had lots of brothers who, well, he had a brother and a baby brother who had a pair of binoculars, and they sat on a roof.
You're not clearing this up.
And
is he psychic?
I've got more questions.
He pretended to be psychic.
But
Oh,
actually,
that's-
he got 2 other
He
people.
got his baby brother to use a pair of binoculars and read out his opponent's cards to him.
And he lost, probably.
He did lose to
Which is
Joey.
incredible. To Joey!
Oh damn, Joey Wheeler.
Joey Wheeler.
Jesus, man. Wait, how many wins does that guy clock up in the entire?
50%
Omnibus.
win rate.
So I'm
How many
gonna-
games?
I don't know. There's a video.
But you
on it.
know that it's a 50% win rate.
Yeah, because he has a completely luck-based deck, so it's actually
Oh right.
it's actually quite good. That like half of his stuff is based on die rolls and coin tosses.
Who on earth would want to play? Why? If you, like, because he's trying to play competitively, right?
He
so
doesn't
like,
know how to play at the start of the show.
okay, then 50% is pretty decent, I suppose.
Yet by the end of series 1, 2, he's the 3rd best player in the world.
He's Joey Wheeler.
Fair enough. That's and with a 50% deck win rate. So what we're really saying is that there are not many very good players.
There's not
in the
many
world.
good people.
Yeah, I'm just
There's one person, Yugi, who is winning every single thing he plays. He's got 100% win rate, and then everyone else is sub 50%, and then there's Joey Wheeler in the middle.
He
Is that it? Like, is that
he
that
doesn't
literally
have,
has to be how it
he
works?
doesn't have a 100% win rate. He's only something like 60, I think.
That's
It's,
that's not amazing.
he's
Yeah.
not very good. It's because you know, after like the first couple of seasons, they're like, we can't just keep on making him make up bullshit and win.
Yeah, because
You know,
they're getting to the point where like the rules of the game
The
were being
rules have
written
been
outside of the
established at this
actual.
point.
Yeah, like he couldn't just pull out some random card because they started to really actually exist in the real world, and I'm like, okay, fuck, how do we make him be a good player? You can't just keep pulling out Exodius in the correct order every time.
And that's why they threw it in the sea in episode 3.
He throws the cards in the sea.
Someone else looks at them and then yoinks them into the sea.
So we've got.
Oh no!
Anyway, what were we
So we've
talking
also
about?
got-
Dating sims.
Did you write any of it? Because that's what we were talking to cover you writing everything.
No, because you weren't talking and we
No,
were.
no, no.
So what do you think was going on?
So
It's
also
fine.
we want to put down also since it's all happening over quarantine, which is why the game's focused on this, like a computer. So kind of getting a blend of like hypnospace and dating sim. Which, if you don't know hypnospace, it is a brilliant indie game. Really recommend checking it out. You go through a fake internet finding internet criminals.
I
Very
didn't
good.
listen to a word you said because I was just trying to figure out
There
why
you
the
go.
fuck Matt
Don't say
thought it was
anything for
spelled
10
Shred
minutes and you
Super
say
Slam
one
too.
thing and nobody's paying any attention to you.
Yeah, man. It's a podcast. Get used to it.
It's a podcast.
This is how
so
we
yeah.
roll.
So I've left
cold
3
open.
gaps at the cryptid point, like you see blank, blank, blank. So whenever we think of something that could be a human, I think the thing, instead of forcing it, we'll just have that whilst we're going. So
Yeah.
I have
Every
an
time
idea
we think
for
of a cryptid not cool enough to be a.
I have an idea on
a-
how we can sort out the
Roman.
personalities for the cryptids, but first we need the personality for the main character. Now we don't want to marry.
Well, it's you, isn't it? You can't choose the personality, can you?
No, well, because of how visual
Oh, they
novels
have to be
are
written, don't they? Yeah, of course.
Yes, we kind of need to give them a
Shit.
base.
Well, surely we can pull a
personality.
Mass Effect and have like a snarky response, mean response, nice response.
So
Just,
we're
like,
saying that we have
different responses
so we
within
have
the
our
personality,
4
like personalities in the
options.
responses.
So we're giving people 4 or
Mm.
3. How many options are we giving for a choice? 3 or 4?
4.
4.
4 is, I mean, hey, we're not making this game, so let's just say 4. Fuck it, because that would be exponentially more difficult to create. That's like 10 times the work or something stupid, but doesn't matter.
So I say that we put each option as a certain personality stereotype. So you're answering as if you're that kind of person. So I think one of the choices has to be in the mix, like the bad social skills, because that's the basis of the game. The other 3 I think we can be more fun with. We need to have one clearly abrasively bad choice, but what do we call that kind of personality? It's really the thing. Do we call it a neat or something like an?
Ooh,
I don't know. It's like
that's you're throwing shade now.
I don't know. I don't
Saying
think
that people that
neats-
aren't employed or in education are it immediately just cuts.
No, I'm not. Neat doesn't mean cunt, does it?
not in employment, education, or training.
I didn't know that. I just thought a neat was somebody who was
So you just thought that like, you'd heard neat used in such a negative context, you thought they were
No.
assholes.
No. I know. The ways I've heard neat is kind of in a joking sense. I always thought it's just like somebody who just doesn't get out much.
Well, essentially, yes, but like,
Yeah.
there's a reason for
But
that.
there's a reason. But if you dig a little deeper, like the Disney song says, you'll find out that actually it stands for something. Very much like the Jack O.W. Some
Yeah, so
letters are not what they seem and can change on a daily whim.
I have quantum acronyms in my name. Get on my level.
It's a quantum acronym. Yeah, we need a name for somebody who's not got great social skills. And really, since
Asshole.
I just said, I don't think
It's Chris Vincent. That's who it is.
Chris Vincent. Wow, you're gonna have to bleep that. You can't be having my full name. On the
We've done
goddamn-
that before.
You haven't done my surname.
Yes, we have. We've all said our surnames all at different points. And every time we do this, we go over it again and again.
Oh dear, it's too late now. It's on the internet.
Go out there now, Chris.
I think, okay, so here's one. So sometimes for like one of the options this is good, but for the others I don't think this is good. Is gamer. Because I think a lot of the people who be playing this will already be gamers, so that's kind of the default of where their, personality is. But you can't live your life only talking about gamer things.
Toxic gamer.
Toxic gamer.
We should
Like,
specify.
In terms of space, I'm just going to put the word gamer down because toxic gamer is going to take a lot more space in the old box here. So you have the gamer option. Now these 3 options can be a lot more fun, a little bit out of the box. Go.
So we need someone who's like the smooth one,
Why don't we have each of us come up with a personality type.
Okay.
For the
Well, I've
main
just said mine, so no stealing.
So what's it? Well, you've got yours, whilst me us do other things.
Okay, so I was thinking, like, there's got to be someone who's like, it's like the smooth talking option, like very flirty,
Suave.
very suave. But to make that not just always the correct choice, it has to be like slightly over the top, so that you can't always use it. Like, it's suave, but on the verge of like cocky and too wordy and all that sort of shit.
Overtly suave.
Overtly suave.
Yeah.
The Bond, you know.
Like you asked
the
them,
007.
So are you a fan of dogs? And they're just like, dogs. Where do I even start with dogs? Oh, they're just perfect, aren't they? Smooth fur.
So suave. It's incredibly
So suave. It's so incredibly
what a
suave. But if
performance.
an outsider spectrum would be like, not the correct line to go overtly suave on, but you can play it just completely like hopeless romantic. I'm just going to be suave with everything I say. Maybe there's a cryptid in here which really likes that. Really likes the fact that you're smooth.
Yeah,
with
it's useful
everything.
some of the time.
Yeah, but
equally, I think like the gamer response should occasionally be correct, right? I mean,
yeah,
because you don't want to make it too simple.
Certainly, one or two of these personalities might be into games, but if somebody
Or just
says
like every now and then,
if
the
somebody
response
says,
to the game
do you like dogs, and be like, my favorite dog is from the JRPG Final Fantasy VII, where Rex the dog it gets introduced. When does it get introduced? I don't know, because you play it load of the game. And
I name all of my dogs dog meat.
It's
But mate, yeah,
Fallout
no, that's
reference.
like sometimes the gamer can be funny.
Yeah. Like, oh no, Susan embarrassed herself, and you can just put gamer moments, and everyone will be like, eh.
Like most of the gamer responses are just like a meme or something.
Yeah, it's just a meme. So we have our game.
Because it's all in Discord, right? So you can send pictures as responses.
Yeah.
And you can send emojis as responses.
Yeah. So next up we have
That's my one.
the pot. What's your personality option? So you have suave and gamer.
was gonna
So
say,
think
what's
about
your
it. We have a
personality?
graph. We have gamer and we have suave, and we
Yeah.
have the two other. And I will fill in the
Someone who's,
opposite
like,
of your.
super shy or nervous, and it's just sort of like all it's all like ...
Coy or something.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I suppose like coy would kind of be the middle ground between suave and shy, and then sort of
Coy.
like,
Because I feel like gamer is like the shy person that's aggressively defensive of their shyness.
Now,
well, I just
So-
didn't have
Sorry.
anything to say. Okay.
Yeah, you
Now,
know.
ladies and
yeah,
gentlemen
exactly.
at home, we will never talk to them. This is only for the people at home, so you two close your ears. But somebody heard the word "koi" and immediately went to "You mean the fish?" KOI. And I was like, "There's no other word for koi." And then I took a second. I was like, "No, that's COY."
There is a word that is that.
I was like, I can't put down KOI because immediately I'm gonna get grilled. I'm like, oh wait,
Dolphin
maybe I
Noir all
misheard it.
over
But I
again,
heard
fucking
koi again.
hell.
I was like, that's definitely the fish. Gonna have to call in some air support here.
Oh man, I'm
So-
impressed.
So we need the. In fact, I think suave and coy are like the opposites, aren't they? Like
Kinda.
nervous and insanely like
Yeah, there's confident and shy, and then like nice and mean, I suppose.
gamer. What was gamer nice or mean?
Well, that's probably mean, isn't it? But I feel like, all right, so what it is, okay, I figured it out. You've got your dimensional axis, right, of shy and confident and mean and nice. But then what we've done is we've taken the corners of those. So gamer is like mean, shy. Coy is nice, shy, and then we have overtly suave, which is like maybe almost. I don't know. I feel like that one's almost like the mean, confident one, where it's like very self-obsessed
So,
and
so
very.
what's the one that we don't have?
We don't have like nice, confident.
Nice, confident.
Well, it depends. Whatever one we put in, if it's more because suave is kind of it's kind of neutral so far, but we could shift it either way
So,
as we need, depending on what the
So
the
I
format
feel
is.
like I feel like so the obvious one that I don't want to go for is the Jock, because I don't think anyone's going to be doing the Jock response. So I'm going to go with the stereotype. We've got gamer. There is some overlap, but I think you can put it into its own separate category as the goth category. Which I think
It's not very confident.
it's
but...
not very cool. I think it's kind of like emo goth, where it's like online in terms of like the typing setting. They're going to be a lot more I think like the overtly suave is not going to be good on the old typing because it's not.
True.
It doesn't really like sarcasm as such doesn't really translate that well. But like a goth is going to be really poetic, but like not going to be as well. So it's about marrying all these. It's your. When you go into psychology, day one, they pull it out. Everyone falls onto your typical coy, overtly suave gamer goth graph.
Yep.
You have gamer goth.
There's got to be a better name for it than goth, though, right?
Because I think gamer and coy are on
Doesn't
opposite
feel-
ends. I think overtly suave and goth are on opposite ends of each other. You can have a goth gamer. You can have a coy goth. It's very rare to find an overtly suave goth or a coy gamer. But they do exist. They're very, very rare to find. And I think you can definitely get anybody in the world, and we can give them a percentage on this system.
You can give them an amount of these.
And I will never test that theory because I can think of people who none of this applies to. But it's all fine. Because in terms of people who would play the cryptid dating sim, I think we do.
It's probably true.
And I think the likes and dislikes for player character, that's very much dictated by your choice. We don't need to fill in that section at all.
Yeah.
Perfect. So, again, if anyone comes up with a cryptid for the player character, that's good. So, in terms of the 7 cryptids, when it comes to personality, so you have stuff on there like for Dream Daddy, you have stuff like the clown.
Sorry,
dad.
who's Dream Daddy?
Dream Daddy's a
Daddy,
dating
the
sim.
dating
Oh,
sim
okay.
for
I thought that was
dads.
like an archetype or something. I was like, who's the Dream Daddy?
No, so you have something like the clown dad would be a personality, so they're basically like the prankster dads, or like.
Okay.
So we could go that route with the personalities, but here comes the twist of the podcast, which may be shut down. Instead of basing it off a personality type, let's base the personalities off semi-famous YouTubers.
What?
Like this scripted has a Gus Johnson personality.
Oh man, I feel like it's hard not to have some serious winners and losers if we do this, but yeah, why not? I'm interested by the concept enough.
I was on the toilet for the podcast, and I was like, "This is missing something." What? And I was like,
we need a twist.
I just thought maybe this, and turns out, I thought I hit onto a winner with that one.
Fuck yeah. Okay, so semi-famous specifically, so it can't be like the top tier.
It's not PewDiePie.
No PewDiePies.
It's no
No,
girl from TikTok who's very famous. I don't know her name. I'm so sorry. I'm not on TikTok.
There's a few of those, I think.
There's a few of those. Not Logan Paul.
D'Amaro or something.
Oh, Charlie D'Amelio.
I'm
That's
talking
the one.
like not over 5 million or even 4 million subs. Like 2 million is like
specifically 4 million or under.
I'm going to say specifically 3 million or under. But if they're on like if I think
more
like
and more
2
arbitrary.
point
What about
something.
3.5
When you get to
million
3
or under?
point something.
This is
I think 3 million or under. 3 million or under. That's my final. That's the challenge.
No, by imposing a restriction, we're gonna have to Google every single one that we're not sure of. I've already got 3. They immediately come into my head.
I've
Okay.
got
This
a
will work
number
quite well,
as
actually.
well.
This is quite good.
if
Need
we
to
do
have a
it in
look.
turns, if somebody wants to volunteer like this cryptid I have a personality for, and everyone gets 2, and then at the end we'll have a
I
a personality.
I have more
off for the final one.
personalities. I feel like so. Are we doing personality and
There
then
will
working
be
backwards from the
overlap. We
personality
all
towards the
watch the
cryptid?
same
So what we're
shit.
essentially doing, what we've essentially done, is we're making cryptids out of YouTubers. That's what we're doing. Let's be honest.
But we're doing the cryptid and name first. Then we're shoving a personality in afterwards. So we're gonna get some goofy
I
shit.
know the one that I want to do immediately, but I feel like that one's worth saving because it's
I've
just
played
too
my
good.
hand with Johnson is what I want to do.
Gus Johnson's solid. We should start with Gus Johnson.
Yeah, maybe we'll do. Everyone gets 2 choices, but I think we can all agree that Gus Johnson's on the list. We'll have Gus Johnson as like number 1.
Is he not bigger than 3 million?
No, I don't think so. I
He
think
fucking
he's,
should be.
Let me have a quick check. 2.99 million. He's just in there, boys. That's incredible. That was not intentional on my end at all. That was not intentional. Outstanding. So Gus Johnson is the biggest one on the list, probably.
That's absolutely the upper bound.
Yeah,
right.
Gus Johnson the upper bound. You have to think of people less well known than Gus Johnson.
So what is Gus Johnson's personality? He's very goofy. He's
a bit of a goofster. He's a bit of a gamer, but he's also overtly suave. He's that small section of people who are both gamer and overtly suave.
Well, to me, Gus Johnson feels like some kind of shapeshifter because he can assume a very wide range of characters, which I've always been impressed by. He's an incredible actor.
Do we want to do? You know, we could go Gus Johnson. He's obviously a shapeshifter. Or do we want to go a bit out there with our cryptid choices? Because our other cryptid dating sims, I think we want to stand out. We want some weird.
I wasn't going
cryptids.
to start with shapeshifter. I was going to build off of shapeshifter towards
then sure.
something
Like,
weirder. I was just saying that was one of the
Wendigo
powers.
is a shapeshifter.
Is it? I don't know what a Wendigo is.
Well, so
I mean,
there's 2 depictions of a Wendigo. One of them is like this, and I'm not going for this one, like the gaunt, ghoulish kind of humanoid. Another one is like this big, shaggy creature with a reindeer skull head.
I do know that thing.
Which that's how it's kind of portrayed in like Over the Garden Wall and such, like cartoon stuff.
Him.
They'll show them. I think he's based on a Wendigo. Either that or an Iraq, but they kind of like are very similar.
Yeah.
I think a Wendigo is kind of like, I think that's the most well-known cryptid I'm willing to allow onto the list. So I think that fits well with Gus Johnson. Just having this gamer, overtly suave, big, fluffy, cloaked thing with a reindeer skull head. Like, we can put the anime blush on him when he gets flustered. The big, like, black circle,
really
white
difficult.
eye, like...
Highly erratic, constantly shifting like character, like changing on a dime from kid to fucking. He doesn't actually have any nasty ones. I can't think of any like mean ones that he plays. Oh no, the wine leggings girl. She's brilliant. Oh god, yeah. Okay.
So we want a name for Gus Johnson. Do we want to put shapeshifter down as one of the PC, or will that be too similar to? I think we can think of better than shapeshifter.
Shapeshifter doesn't have much of a like relevance to.
I mean, you want stuff that's going to be applicable.
It's going to impact it in some way, right? You know.
Is it something
I mean,
like
that's hard to do as a Discord server, but
what would you call someone which is like not a poltergeist, but like a what? Okay, so. I don't know. This is a shot whether you guys have watched this. But did you ever watch any of the Scooby-Doo home movies?
Yeah.
Like on VCR.
Some of them.
Now, there's one which is like the curse of like he's like Shaggy and Scooby-Doo get sucked into like a video game and they have to go through a load of like fantasy worlds. What's that creature called? Because he's like able to control and manipulate the thing. So maybe like if you put that as a as the PC cryptid, one of those it's like an electronic ghost, like a
Yeah,
cyber
a
I know the
ghost.
one you mean.
Isn't that
I
a
can't remember what
poltergeist?
his name was.
Shall we
Call
just
it
call
cyber ghost. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, cyber ghost.
Was it? Yeah, was it Scooby Doo and the Cyber Ghost?
Hang on, guys. Have we done Johnny Silverhands again?
No, so for this one, it's like
He's a cyber ghost.
If you put a meme out, and like it doesn't do well, like maybe the cyber ghost like every day like gets a chance to go onto one and like swap out the meme and like glitch it out and be like, oh, you must have seen the glitch. There's a glitch. So like they're able to manipulate things a little bit in terms of the
It's got the head of Keanu Reeves. I understand.
What's that expression? He's not. This doesn't show me anything.
Well,
Isn't it? What is it? What is it? What did you find? Did you find something?
Nothing. I didn't Google anything.
I'm baffled.
You looked down and you came at me like
I've got
like you were
something.
waiting. You had something to say.
That
and it was
smug
coming.
look of I'm about to be funny.
No, nothing.
No, it's-
That's just my
No,
face.
nothing at all. Cool.
There's nothing.
Okay, what's the name of the Wendigo?
Oh, it was called Scooby Doo and the Cyber Chase.
We call it Wendigo.
Wendigos. No, we're not. We're not bug snacksing
He's
this.
called-
This is,
he's
where
called-
Alright, we've done
this is
that.
where I can't contribute because I will just come up with puns. This is your area of expertise, James.
So he was called he was called the Phantom Virus.
Erratic
which-
Jim.
Erratic Jim. Does he have
Bonus
a
points.
tagline? So
I
think
was
we should
thinking
have
erratic Jimothy, but I don't know.
I think we should
Erratic
have
Jimothy,
erratic.
the ever
Irrational,
indomitable.
Yeah.
erratic.
I
I
don't
said
know.
erratic.
I'm throwing out.
I think the names are definitely definitely.
Oh, you want a three-parter?
I want erratic
Adjective,
Jimothy,
name,
something,
verb,
something,
something.
something, something. Do your work, Magic Man.
Oh, jeez, you put me on the spot. Erratic Jim. I mean, is it right? He's a Wendigo. He's being weird. He's
Gus Johnson.
fucking Gus Johnson. What is Gus Johnson? Gus Johnson is the absolute. He's just incomprehensible.
Erratic Jim,
Erratic Jim, the incomprehensible.
Difficulty easy.
No, what? No, this guy sounds like the boss.
The incomprehensible. Well, I think it's the fact that like he's the easy one in terms of the fact that like stuff that you reckon might like he's a bit more forgiving because it's just incomprehensible on it. So we've got
Okay, so you're playing because I was thinking like he could change on a dime, so you have to be really careful with what you say because it's very hard to predict how he might react. But you're saying like this one's like more forgiving in the way that you could say basically anything and he's gonna change to be the thing that likes that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's yeah.
So
All
we've
right.
got likes and dislikes. So typically you have like 3 to 5 likes or dislikes that a character has.
Yeah.
And that's like this is stuff that I think normally in the game sometimes it'll do a splash screen, be like this is this character, this is their personality, and this is what they like and dislike. In this game I think you have this is Wendigo. This is a Wendigo called Erratic Jim, and you have to use the text base of the game to figure out the likes and dislikes. So because it's Gus Johnson and he released a new banging song video, one of his likes is definitely going to be Skyrim. I feel very strongly about that.
Okay. This is a gamer forum. Do you want to do it like literally all of the likes and dislikes of video games, and then you just have to figure out maybe you know the video games that they like and dislike, and you have to infer from that their personalities.
So I think that if we do the likes and dislikes, like they all fit in with one of the personality types.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have one which is just like a regular and a fit one.
Mm-hmm.
So we have something that he likes that is goth, but it's Gus Johnson, so that's a pretty hard one to fill in. But this will just go to prove how all-encompassing the classic gamer goth koi overtly suave graph is. Is that we're going to give all of these
when
people...
one of them's gamer. So all right, the one that's gamer has to be something like League of Legends, or some toxic shit, CS:GO.
What do you think Gus Johnson wouldn't be into? He's a pretty relaxed guy, so I think.
I know he plays CS:GO.
CS:GO. So
I've seen
can't
it in
be
videos
CS:GO.
before.
And I have a feeling he probably plays League a little bit. I'd be surprised if he hadn't. He seems like a bit of a
Fortnite.
PC gamer. Yeah,
I don't think he'd play Fortnite.
I don't think he's a Fortnite kid. And that's really gonna throw people because those are two very popular games.
Fucking Fortnite. Come on, man. Come on.
Jesus Christ. Come on.
Fortnite.
He's looking at us as if...
Koi fish.
Koi is a word.
And Chris, the more I talk to you, the more I feel like you're a cleverly crafted artificial intelligence program that is just pretending to live in this real world of ours.
I feel like that. That's a mood. That definitely relates to me.
Okay. Fortnite. What are the dislikes?
So, I think maybe I think Gus Johnson's a bit of an animal lover. So I'm gonna say ravens.
Is that on the dislikes or the likes?
Birds, I
They are the most erratic of birds. Their intelligence, you could say, is
So he likes
incomprehensible.
ravens.
Yeah,
Okay.
and he's a Wendigo. I think that picture of the Wendigo, aesthetic. Raven.
Sure, yeah. No, yeah, I see that. Specifically ravens. You're pulling the raven card already. We're going to run out of goth shit very soon.
Yeah.
There we go.
Raven, the TV show.
And the animal. Just
Okay,
covering our bases in case people are confused.
I don't think it likes ASMR.
The ASMR, that is a goth thing.
No, I thought it was Koi. What are you talking about?
Oh, Koi, you don't think he likes ASMR?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to pop them in the order of how they are there. So we need something that he dislikes. That would be goth. I think he's pretty all right with poetry.
Death.
Yeah, which is funny because
Wendigo Jim. Erratic Jim. If you talk to him for long enough, you realise that he's actually a lich, and he will never die, and he is determined. Anyone he meets and befriends and forms a true bond with, he will curse so that they are in a permanent state of undeath. But that's late game stuff. We don't have to worry about that.
That's late game stuff. And if not, he would just
If
sacrifice
you fall in
yourself.
love with him at any point, you cannot die. There's no more permadeath in the game.
He'll save you from the other ones.
But it will come at a price. But you'll find out later. It's
Yeah.
It feels it's one of those. It feels like a good thing, but there's a curse involved. Okay, and what they like that's. I feel like having this many likes and dislikes for each character might take too long.
He's quite a musical. I just think we need to be snappy on him. So
Okay.
I think I guess Johnson's quite the musician. So I think stuff like a keytar or
Keytar, yeah, Keytar's working. Erratic Jim plays keytar, definitely. That's suitably erratic.
Yeah, absolutely.
overtly
suaveness.
suave. So this is just he's not going to be really into cocktails. He likes cocktails, and I'm going to say, because this is the easy one, I'm going to say he's just a big fan of memes. You pop a meme in there, he's always going to like it, unless it's a bad.
He always
meme.
likes the memes.
He does like the memes. So I think he dislikes racing cars.
Yeah, well, I'm
like
not
Formula One. That kind of stuff. And then general
Very
dislikes. I think he doesn't like dishonesty. Erratic.
If you ever lie to Erratic Jim,
Yeah.
God save you.
Which is there's the easy path with Erratic Jim, and then you have the hard path where it's you can try and you get a separate ending.
He's easy at the start when you first meet him, but then later on, if you ever try and two-time him, and he finds out,
he's gonna go
you're a deep boy.
mental.
Watch out.
Somebody, yeah, which means
That's when he becomes
it comes
truly
to
incomprehensible, and he just replies with gibberish, and then your computer immediately blue
Yeah.
screens.
I think it's good because with the new game plus, we were saying that like you can try and do a polyamorous relationship, and he's becomes the hardest one then for that.
Ah, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, hang on. Why? No, because that wouldn't. If it's, I feel like to you, the definition of a polyamorous
No.
relationship is you just cheating on people, and trying to get away with it.
I think it's about that in order to get other people to like you. Like if there's any like dislikes that are contradictory with any likes, and you pretend to like something to someone else.
Ah, okay.
Like he's difficult because he's also going to be judging you for what you say to other people. So you can't. So it means you can't be dishonest to like.
If you ever talk about V-Bucks, he's gonna fucking break your neck.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we've done. So are we doing personality first or?
No, I think we're doing cryptid. Just because we had Russ Johnson, we do cryptid first, then name, then personality.
Okay.
And who, just so they have it lined up, who's doing the personality this time, so they can think about it whilst
I'm
doing.
going to be honest. I've had a look at all the people I'm subscribed to. They are either over 3 million or so obscure that no one's
Brilliant.
Gonna know who
Yes,
they are.
yes. Go for the obscure ones. Definitely. I like just throw in some real obscure.
We have to know who they are. Like.
Yeah, I feel like
I can do some
sort of
Googling.
degree of. Oh, yeah, I've heard of this person.
Yeah, that's good enough.
Let's have another look.
Mm-hmm.
I have a couple. I think I worry one of them is over 3 million subscribers, but I feel like it won't matter.
You go first then. So cryptid.
Well, look, I have the word chippy cobra stuck in my head, and have done since we thought of the idea of doing a cryptid dating sim. So I just thought of a cobra that's made of chips, and that's it really.
Cobra.
Or maybe it's like a massive man-sized cobra with human ears, but they're like shaped like the cobra shape, but they're fucking real. They're just regular human ears, and he's got a mustache, and he's got human arms, and he just hangs around chip shops inexplicably. He fucking loves chips.
Why can't the chippy cobra be a cobra made of chips who hangs around chippies? Because he also likes.
Because I
chips.
feel like if he's made of chips, then what does he have to gain from it? I suppose he could just keep eating chips. Yeah, sure.
To grow.
Maybe he works at the chip shop, supplying people.
Oh, some of them do, I'm sure, but
He's trying to work at them, but none of them will take it.
yeah,
Like we
Because
can't
he
serve
becomes-
hard
you.
these days.
You are a sentient creature. We're not allowed to serve you to our customers.
And he's like, eat
me. If
Wow.
you eat him, you become a chip. That's how they procreate. Is you have to eat a bit of the chippy cobra.
There we go.
Okay.
So, name is.
Well, I feel like we'll do the name after the personality. Oh, maybe I feel like it's more difficult because then I keep getting the personality name stuck in my head. I don't really have a thing in mind for chippy cobra as such. And I can't think of
Christina.
a name for the chippy cobra. Christina the chippy cobra.
Christina.
It's-
Christina.
Christina Christingle.
Christina Christingle. Yes.
I just made the connection now that you've written it down that Christingle is because it's Christ. Like it's got Christ in the name. I've never thought of that.
No.
Oh,
I don't
Okay,
think
right.
many
Those
people have
Christians and
before, to be honest.
those Christians and their wily ways.
Is it alright? Has anyone got a YouTube personality? I feel like Chris has a YouTube
I
personality.
can't believe you didn't know that Chris Tingle.
It's one of those things when you get told when you get told a thing as a kid and you're like, oh, that's a weird word, but I'm 5, I don't
You'll
notice.
you'll
And then you
never
just
be-
never think about it ever again.
You'll never believe my name.
I mean, I guess I did know that one, I think, but you know.
I did tell. I probably told you at some point. So I've got. I'm just trying to think. I'm going to look at my subscriptions. I think is the best one to go for.
I have several, but I don't think I. Oh, actually, I do have one that's possibly a good fit for this.
She's too big. How big is
I think I have
too
one.
big? Okay, go for it.
I don't know if it's too big. Colin Furs.
Too big. He's got
It's
nearly
too
10
big.
subscribers.
That's
He's way
ginormous.
The fucking petrol monkey has 10 million subscribers.
Really?
Of
I
course.
suppose everyone loves a good petrol monkey.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
I've got maybe Worthy Kids.
But he doesn't have a person, like, you don't know his personality. As such.
I'm basing it all off the clown from Big Top Burger.
That
Actually,
clown
no,
is fucking legendary.
He's in the how to make a cartoon tutorial.
Well, I haven't seen that.
So.
Well, I know. You can do Worthy Kids. Value Select. No, that's brilliant. But
Value Select. His real name is like Matt something, I believe.
Is it a good fit for Chippy Cobra? Maybe. Well, you can make. You know what? You can make it a good fit for Chippy.
We can make it a good.
He's very
fit.
suave.
Max Renner. Is his name? Is his off-game name?
Should it be out-game name?
His IRL.
Yeah. Go with Value Select. Max Renner.
Okay, so this is also a musical sketch comedian. I'm sensing a pattern here.
You're sensing a pattern. I went for Worthy Kids. To be fair, I've also got Nakey Jakey on there, who is like the most.
I mean, he's not musical, I suppose, but he's not musical.
He's the
But
most.
no, yeah, he is musical.
He's the most. But his music's emo music. So like he's the most emo.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So it's like it goes
Okay.
with the goth thing. But I don't think I'm going to use him. I think I'm going to save mine for probably Worthy Kids, because all of the female YouTubers I'm subscribed to for Christina are too big. So.
Well, the only one I have
Or
was
it's Sabrina.
the voice actress who's she fits. But I don't know if she fits Christina.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but personalities aren't exactly all that much to do with your gender. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't worry about it.
That's what I'm pretty happy with that.
I'm perfectly
exactly.
happy with Value Select, the
Value
Christina
Select.
Kringle, Christingle Chippy Cobra.
Christina
Right, so
Kringle.
what does the Chippy Cobra like and not like?
What does Chippy Cringle? Chips is the final one.
Likes chips.
He likes chips.
Well, I was wondering with the Chippy Cobra, maybe actually, if you mention chips, it's like how if in your family you're known as the kid that likes pandas or Star Wars or some shit, all of your relatives always, without fail, send you some kind of vaguely Star Wars themed stuff for your Christmas and your birthday and whatever. So at that point you're sick of it. So actually, he hates chips because
but he hangs
it's
around
all anyone ever
chips
talks
or-
about. You know, he doesn't like being pegged as the chip,
That's
the
the
chip
chip
girl. You know, like she's not a fan of. She's sick of people thinking that she's one-dimensionally just the chip person.
Yeah, and also like if this is a
So,
dating sim, you know, you can later on in the game you can always tease them about their dislikes. So you can always come back and fit in the chips later in a.
Too many chips.
She
Likes
dislikes
chips, dislikes too many chips. It's a fine amount. It's like haggling. You know, you have to judge it just right.
Yeah, it's like
too much and it'll
whenever you're
be
talking
terrible.
to her, there will always be a chips option, like gift her chips. And if you do that too many times, it feels like an easy cheat way to like get further along with her story at the beginning. But you do it too many times, and suddenly she's got nothing. She wants nothing more to do. She thinks that you think all that she likes chips, and that you've misunderstood every single conversation you've ever had with her, and you've not been paying attention the whole time.
Why now? Why Metal Gear Solid?
Well, he's not a real snake. He's going around telling people he's snake, but he's not a snake.
So does
He's a man.
like I don't know 100 not 100 fucking not 100 just Gex. Oh, I don't know.
Do you like Overcooked 1 and 2 because you can make chippies in it?
Okay. So what else we got? What does Value Select? What would Value Select?
Okay, I've got a goth light thing. What's his name? The guy who makes Twin Peaks.
Oh, David Lynch.
Yeah, David Lynch. Big David Lynch fan. I think that fits for both the emo and also for Value Select. I reckon Value Select is a massive David Lynch fan.
Okay. Dislikes. God.
Guy Fieri.
Not very goth.
It's not very goth. That's not very goth on the goth scale. What do you like? Ravens. Because I think ravens don't like
seagulls.
steaks.
They're always stealing the chips.
Seagulls, yeah, and maybe it's birds in general because I say goths are definitely the subculture most related to birds, which makes them the natural enemy of the neoloon, whose affinity is for fish.
I like my fish and chips, and then there's this goth coming over like a fucking seagull.
I don't care
stealing
what
the
anybody
fish.
thinks of me, but I want it very well noted that in all media, I expect fish and birds to be mortal enemies, and I will accept no in between. And this story is about them learning about their differences, but otherwise, all media needs to not hold that stereotype that birds hate fish and fish hate birds.
Absolutely.
Why I hate
case.
Finding Nemo, but
One
also
second.
love it. It's a very decisive film.
They toe the line with that relationship between the birds.
Yeah, there are bad birds, but then there's a good bird.
There are certainly moments where you think those fish are going to get eaten, and then by the end of the movie, suddenly the birds are working with the fish.
So I think with koi, when it's somebody who's shy, they tend to like things like Adult Swim. Like somebody who's shy a little bit shy about their interests. But did you know that Value Select did a pitch for a pilot? He's gone. He's back. He did a pitch for a pilot for Adult Swim, but he got rejected in exchange for a guy smoking a joint for an hour. And he doesn't like Adult Swim anymore. So that's an actual fact that I'm bringing in. I've plonked it there.
Fish swim in the sea and they belong in the chip shop. So they can't be anything to do with swimming is generally a big no for the chippy cobra.
Yeah, big no for the chippy cobra. And overly suave. But I think the one thing that he does like in terms of the suaveness is the gym. He is a bit of a gym bro. That old Value Select. I was just thinking like he got hit, like he likes cars as well, but I think gym because he got getting hit by a car for stuff. So I think he's really into his like not indie music, but like alternative, not alternative
like
in the genre, but like really weird music. I think he's into.
It's
some trance trap synth wave.
It's like
obscure ass.
It's just irreverent.
There we go. Does that work? Almost irreverent music taste.
Yeah.
And then in terms of the dude bro aspect, I think we have in terms of the dude bro aspect, what doesn't he like in the dude bro like suave aspect? James Bond films.
Yeah.
Or actually, we could do because he shaves himself. He's bald, isn't he? And he like wears wigs because it's like I don't know whether that's easy, it's choice, but I just think like slick hair, like that classic suave. He hates it. He hates hair products. Just
he hates a man. He absolutely hates a man.
Hates hair on head. But okay with facial. There you go. We need a cryptid Well,
The
we have a lot of we have an American
the remote
cryptid and
control
we have
tarantula.
a remote control. That's
I thought you
thing
said
is, I think
American. Something.
He said
I
American
was saying
something. I
like
said
so the
remote control
Wendigo
tarantula.
is American and the chippy cobra I'd say is like British or European. So I think we should have a
Fucking chips.
well if we're doing a world tour connecting the world, I think
That's
we should
true.
have a cryptid from all over. So I want the yokai weeb from Japan to be representing Asia.
What if it is just called the Otaku-chan?
Oh dear. We didn't take the piss out of the Americans and the British quite as much as we have here.
What do you mean? All of us Brits hang outside their chippies. Because that's all our Mackies. We hang out there in our baggy trousers and we go to passing by people like, "You what, mate?" as they're passing by, and then we laugh because it's society, man.
Nailed it. Okay.
English culture. Visit us.
Otaku-chan Yoka. This is
Feels bad.
that's cruel.
That's cruel.
We've thrown shade on a lot of people, but all of Japan, and also because you said that was the Asian one by extension, we've thrown shade on
But
arguably
it's- no,
about
no, it's-
2.5 billion
hang on,
people with
hang on a
3 simple words.
Hang on a second. This is not representative of all of Asia. I'm just saying that's because it's
Play
the
the
Japanese
tapes.
one.
Rumby.
Because
You
it's the
literally said
Japanese
that.
one, we are not going to do all of Asia. I just said this is going to be the Asian one in terms of fact we are doing one from every continent. We're going to have an African one and an Australian one and a South American one.
And then at some
And
point
an
we've got to go back
Antarctican
to
one.
Asia to cover the rest of it.
Or do we just go back to Asia and be like, oh, we need to do a second stop back at Eurasia? In fact, yeah. I'm happy with that
Very
one.
hard not to be racist when we do this.
It is not that hard.
Well,
because-
okay, right. We could have not been racist, but then you
Look,
decided to do
Look,
that.
there are dating simulators where the main characters are an otaku. And to be fair, this is one of the 7 hot singles that you are trying to be dating. You know, just because he is an otaku-chan doesn't mean that he's a bad or she is a bad guy or girl. You know, in Persona 5, the character who people like the most is like an otaku in their room.
That was made by an actual Japanese man, I'm presuming.
Yeah.
So it's a bit more like, we can take the piss out of us, but we can't take the piss out. You know, it's not.
Well, I don't think we'd take it. I think really this discussion, it has gone to show that we have a perception in this group that I was not fully aware of beforehand, that we are all considering otakus as a immediate.
No, it's not that that's automatically an insult. Of course, I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
It's just that we call them the Otaku-chan yokai.
Yeah.
Just like,
Because
it's
we
just a
can't
lot
put
of
it
things,
in,
isn't
we
it?
can't put it in the personality, nor is the chippy cobra. But the only one that's actually a thing, and I think, and this is going to shock you, I think for the next 4, none of them are going to be an actual yokai from this trend that has developed. Similar to when we were naming Gen 1 Pokemon, this shit's got off the rails.
Granted. All right, fine. I will wash my
Okay.
hands of this one.
I picked the last personality, so it's up to you two to bring a personality to the tables.
Have you got one?
Well, I have Brizzy voices, as I said last time. It's about the
Yeah.
the only one to be mine.
What's her personality?
Saturday morning cartoons. She likes.
No,
them.
I don't think he said grizzly voices, did he?
I didn't, but that's how it's been autocorrected by my typing.
Oh, I thought that was just Chris mishearing it.
could
Be
have
like,
been.
No.
it should have been grizzly.
But no, it was me. Don't worry.
Okay,
yeah,
so yeah.
Saturday morning cartoons. Big fan.
That's
of
not
them.
a personality.
It's a like.
Oh no, I was asking what the personality is like. You know, because like, I don't know. I can't get in this headspace of this character that's just called Jeremy.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, We can do better.
We can do.
It's a folder. This is
fucking hope so.
where you're meant to come in and give us.
I
the...
think.
Why am I the fucking names guy?
I
It's your
think
job
that that's your
this
job
one.
now for this one. And so the Saturday morning cartoons, I think, fits in with the koi stereotype. You know, but it's something that I think people get very nervous when talking about. But you shouldn't.
Now I'm thinking of the fish every time you say koi. You fucked it for me.
You ruined the word koi. For
I can never use it again. I've just got a fish pond in my head.
I've got a YouTube channel up on my tablet, so I can reflect. I can look at it and kind of, judge my decisions on this.
Dislikes Sunday morning cartoons.
Sunday morning cartoons. I think it would be live. This will be in the overtly suave, but like reality TV.
How is that
Not a
overtly
fan.
suave?
As a
So
dislike.
as a dislike, so like for suave, kind of Love Island, those are kind of the popular.
I would not class anyone. Now this is me throwing shade. I would not class anyone who thinks that Love Island is a non-ironically good show as suave.
It goes.
It's a whole subgenre of.
Have you ever
people.
watched Love Island?
I have
Have
watched
you
Love
ever
Island,
watched it?
and I can tell you now, I dislike it
There are some
immensely.
fucking creatures on that show.
There are some. I dislike the show, but that was
Oh my god, that's
just
so
an
funny.
example. But it's kind of like that genre of show where it's more more normal TV, like not Game of Thrones
Okay.
popular, like more normal kind of.
I'd say Game of
talk.
Thrones is more popular than Love Island, but whatever.
No, I mean but it's like it's like it's pop. Look at me, I'm watching a bit of a nerdy show, but am I going a bit out there?
Sure,
It's popular,
okay.
but it's
All
nerdy.
right, yeah, gotcha.
I'm talking more about like popular, non-nerdy TV. I think that covers it better. Apparently, we have an issue with reality TV in this room, as we do the
No,
word
we don't.
attacking.
No, we don't. But that's just.
Who next shall we insult on this fine?
You know what, okay, maybe we should go the opposite route because I feel like I'm trying to be too non-insulting to a lot of people. But why don't we just
insult everyone?
just set our sights on every single person possible.
We said at the beginning we were going to get cancelled for this. Soon,
It's only a matter of time, Matt.
YouTube is coming after it.
Who YouTube is after us?
Now everyone else.
Pokemon.
There we go. Pokemon.
Okay, what's the thing that this person couldn't possibly like?
I'm just making a representative of the entire Pokemon fan base, where they're very particular.
They hate
on what
Pokemon.
parts- They both love and hate Pokemon, and it depends entirely on
Yes.
the generation. And in this game,
yeah, okay, that's fair.
there'll be a random number generator, and depending
Every
on what
playthrough.
number it is, it will be different generations they like and dislike. And there'll be one where it's just
Yeah,
like,
okay.
this is when it got good, or this is when it got bad. It's the I'm all right with this one, but
Okay, what does the Otaku-chan Yokai? Death Note, right? I mean,
Death Note. Oh yeah, of course it's
That's
Death Note.
definitely
Yeah,
the goth answer.
It's pretty
as
edgy.
well.
That's what I was saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the goth answer.
Yeah. I think it's also
what's-
helpful that
what's
I'm
it about?
looking and like,
I feel like this character doesn't like black metal,
black metal, like that.
which not a lot of people do like, to be fair, but I'm sure there's a couple.
So we have the dislike of koi things, the like of suave things. Then we just have a free one. Go crazy with it one. I think with suave stuff, I think they
they're
kind of
wall
like
slams.
what?
You know, the wall slams.
To be fair, we haven't been very romantic with a lot of these.
I swear to God,
Maybe more
if
of
you're
these should be
about to
romantic.
describe to me what I think you're talking about, I'm
he
going
is.
to walk out of this goddamn room. I'm not having it. I'm not having it. I showed you that show in the knowledge that it was going to stay between the three of us and not projected onto the internet. Because it is probably it is one of my guilty pleasure shows in the sense of I wish, unless I know somebody's gonna like it, I wish nobody knows.
Well,
that I like this show.
The wall
Because I'm
slam.
self-conscious.
You made it a thing about a thing that you
Yeah,
like. He was just saying wall slams.
You put this back.
You've betrayed your own
Well, the good thing
absolute.
is, if it's just
error.
the wall slam, I'm just going to describe that. Then it doesn't matter because let's
Yeah.
just say the show.
No, he wasn't
But
going anywhere.
wasn't
with it.
going
You got
anywhere.
really, you got
Is
really
that I know,
nervous.
I know exactly where you've gotten this from.
Yes.
And we should be having
of
words
course he did.
about your behaviour.
And now that I know that he's touched such a very open nerve with that particular one.
I'm fine
No,
talking
I
about
will.
There you go. So all slams in the and I think with the I'd had something for the suave bit, and I'd be completely
Thrown
thrown.
for a loop.
I've been thrown to an absolute loop for that.
What, a dislike of wall slam? Okay.
Yeah. No, likes wall slams, I think.
Yeah.
I thought
Just
yeah, it was a dislike
Gifts of them.
yeah.
Bah! Wow. I like that.
It's a dislike.
That's
Or is
What? No.
no. So we want the dislike for the koi, the like for the suave, and then just a dislike, but generally.
I
No,
mean,
what?
wall slams was my like for the suave.
That's the like. Yeah.
Okay.
It's quite a suave thing. Yeah.
Move. Yeah.
Somebody had to make it all about them.
Somebody had to make it fucking weird.
Okay.
Fine Jesus.
Yeah.
That is
Not
yeah,
any
sure.
cheese. You come
Fine
back
cheese.
with some cheddar. She's not going to be. Fine cheeses. And we want something dislike koi and dislike
General.
yeah.
Um.
I think she dislikes, well, or he dislikes brash people, which I think a koi. Actually, no, that'll just be at the end. I think
Maybe
just
they
somebody who's-
dislike what's it, spontaneity, like impulse characters. So you actually have to, when it comes to picking your answer, there's a threshold minimum amount of time that you need to spend debating over your answer.
Yeah, it's just an impulsive character. Yeah, I like that. Then we can pop that in because that's like in terms of her interests or his.
I think I've got the name.
Pop the DV. Now we just need a general dislike. A general dislike. Koi. The fish.
Fucking hates fish.
Fish. Hates fish. They're scaly and slimy and and she doesn't like seafood.
Okay,
They're awesome.
so I think for the name, it's what I've got in my head as the current iteration is Seppuku Sandy, Queen of Katanas. But I don't know. I don't know if that's too long.
Seppuku Sandy. I like this. Seppuku Sandy. Which, by the way,
Or
we're not.
Katana Queen,
Again,
either way.
we've kind of apparently.
Fuck it, no, we're past it. Apparently we're doing this.
Yeah.
Apparently we're doing utter stereotypes.
so.
So sure, yeah, let's just run with it.
So she's a koi like goth girl yokai.
I was gonna say,
It's
the
pretty
other
much
thing
what
is,
we're-
if you are trying to
Yeah,
go
something
down
like
the polyamorous route, there's gonna be some sort of like, I can already see a little bit of bashing of heads between the Christina Christingle and
Oh, there's going to be plenty of
Seppuku
friction.
Sandy.
Yeah, there's absolutely. There's going to be a lot of
Yeah,
friction
okay.
within the server.
Yeah.
I think you're also your moderator of the server, so it's even harder. So you have to
Yeah.
like make decisions as to ban someone at some point or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think also Sandy. She's not called herself Seppuku Sandy because it's edgy, but it's just because she thinks the name looks quite pretty. Like, you know, just for future reference, that's why we've called her Seppuku Sandy. It's because it's a pretty looking word. Because it is a pretty looking word. And if you don't believe it's a pretty looking word, you can
Absolutely.
get out of here because I disagree with you
You're getting kicked
entirely.
from the server.
Getting kicked from the server. I
Okay.
do like Queen of
So,
Katana.
right.
She's got a
If
bit
we're
katana
going around,
traction.
imagine us. We're going clockwise. So we're in Australasia now. We're in. So I'm
Oceania.
thinking. I want a spider. I want a spider of some sort. Originally, I was thinking of like a big spooky tarantula.
I
That's
think-
made of something weird, like
I want
remote
a-
controls. But I feel like it could be more.
I
interesting
want a
than
combination of a wallaby and a spider.
What if we just do
Like
that. God.
What if we just
half
do an
koala,
amalgam of
half
all the
spider,
Australian
half kangaroo.
just is kangaroo, wallaby, coyote, black widow,
Bingo. Not bingo. What are they called?
dingo,
Dingo. Yeah. What's wrong with me?
platypus.
But what's the name for this?
No,
What's
no,
the-
don't put
It's a
platypus.
chimera, but like, what is? It's a something chimera.
Yeah, it's a chimera. It's
the
it's
outback
just
chimera.
Yeah, the outback chimera.
The Uluru chimera. I don't know.
I think the outback chimera works,
Okay.
and because
Oh no, what's it called? What's it?
It's
what's the thing from that Australian
it
Rick and
feeds
Morty
on
sketch?
platypi, so it is the anti-platypus. Is the tagline.
Anti-platypus.
Because it's the other amalgam creature, and I'm just going to put immediately on the dislikes as the platypus.
Platypus, yeah.
Platypus and other cute creatures, and that can go under koi, dislikes for koi.
Ah, okay.
There we
I'm
go.
trying to work in bush wizard into the name, but
Why?
I want it to be a bush
I
wizard.
think you've got a name. It's Bush
Bush
Wizard.
wizard, the anti-platypus.
Bush Space Wizard, the anti-platypus. He's the Australian one. He's Bush Wizard.
Bush wizard, the anti-platypus.
We'll see
I
if we
like
can
it.
contact Romash and get his likeness
Okay.
for the Bush Wizard.
Ah man, Colin Firth would have been such a fucking good pick for this.
There we go.
Shit,
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of Tom Scott. Is he over?
No, I
is he
think
over?
Tom Scott's probably going to be over. Let's have a quick look.
Fuck.
He's
No,
been
he
on the
still is. He's
platform
on-
for a long time.
Yeah.
Think about it. Anyone who's been on for like 10 years, and you know
Mhm.
they've been on for 10 years, probably
Yeah.
going to have. It's not too much over Tom Scott. 3.56.
I don't think Bush Wizard is Tom Scott's chill. I don't think this is. Okay, fine. I'll use it here. It's Jim Stephanie Sterling.
It's Jim Sterling. Oh, outstanding.
Which is good because that
That's-
means we've also so Jim has recently come out as non-binary.
Okay.
So I don't know if we want to make the Bush Wizard a non-binary character in honor,
Why not?
and
Why not?
whack in some.
I
some
mean,
more
Bush
diversity.
Wizard is the most genderless name we
Yeah,
could
exactly. There we
possibly
go.
give
Yeah,
someone.
it's perfect. So Bush Wizard.
And then we've got likes and dislikes. I think
There's so many things that Jim likes.
it's gotta be loot.
It's
It's gotta be loot boxes for the dislikes.
It has to be loot
any
boxes, that's
game with a loot
correct.
box and he's gonna have despise.
The Bush Wizard does not like
And I
loot
think-
boxes
Game
at
be
all.
then.
I think he likes indie games.
What if their
No,
favourite game
that's
is
too obvious.
this game?
Oh, it's too meta. What if? Oh, maybe it's meant to be.
Hades,
Mm.
because he's from a land down under.
There's-
Is my joke
that's
too
a terrible
highbrow,
reason to
too
like a game.
lowbrow? No, I'm just saying
Australian,
that's
so
kind
I
of
like this one.
for a couple of the games. For example, there's been a bit of a controversy at the moment because Markiplier. I found this out on a person I watch called Omni. And he used to be a Smash guy. Now he does news stuff like updates on the internet. And he started playing Honeypot, which is a puzzle dating sim, which is very sexual. And he did a first series when he was smaller, subscribed and did it again. And people have gotten mad because there is a character in there who is Muslim and has a hijab, and their personality trait is repressed.
Oh dear.
Oh
dear.
But
dearie,
I am gonna say it's fucking Honeypot, lads. If you were thinking anything highbrow was gonna be on there, it's the entire thing is stereotypes. It's Honeypot. It's exactly what you expect.
Right.
You know, and it's like for some that's an extreme case, but in a lot of them they'll like name it after someone or something, and I'll do inside jokes and the likes and dislikes in terms of like, that's quite
What's this
funny.
got to do
Why?
with Bushwood, though?
Yeah,
Because
I'm waiting for this to relate.
Bushwizard likes Hades. The game.
What does that have to do with Hades?
What did
It's a great-
Honeypot?
What the fuck
No,
was that
because
tangent for,
it's
Chris?
a bit of a joke at the same time where people find out. It's like, I get it because he's
Why
from
is it a joke?
Australia, because it's from around and under. Like,
It's a shit
because-
joke, Chris. I'm
because-
sorry, I'm vetoing this bad idea
It
of
is
yours.
very common.
Working with a highly intellectual AI rather than an actual human being.
But it's a common thing. It's a common thing when you have a parody series when you're doing the underworld.
No,
and, like,
stop
Greek
explaining
mythology,
your- no,
that
stop
it's
it, don't.
Australia. No.
Stop explaining your shit thing. It didn't work, alright?
Look, I will
It's not
continue
for-
explaining
I can't
it until
help you.
I'll stop
Can't help with
explaining
the
it.
fact that it
and
didn't work.
I will stop explaining it when you show me a capture and I'm unable to tell you which ones have the traffic lights in. I don't know. They're just 9 boxes of pixels. I want to get onto Discord and browser, but you won't let me. I need to identify traffic lights.
Oh, fucking hell. Okay.
Are no traffic lights on the internet?
What's a video game that a bush wizard would like? Or well no, I keep...
Later Alligator.
Outback
Later
Camel.
Alligator. It's a great game. It's an indie game. It's a visual novel. Basically, there is a crocodile, and he is part of the family. It's a mafia family, and he's got a special event coming up in a week, which is very obviously his birthday. But he thinks because he's very loose-lipped with the family secrets, they're going to kill him. So you have to go around and investigate his family to see whether they are going to kill him or whether it's a birthday.
Fuck it, throw it on the list.
Late Alligator.
Why not?
And it costs like less than 10 quid. It's like a very short game. I think it's like under 5 maybe. It's a very short game. It's very quick. It's a lot of fun. It's beautifully animated. Very good. And I'm sure Matt's typing it in right as we speak because somebody's
I've done
typing in
it.
that box.
I
I don't want to
was
mess
just-
with that box. Somebody's typing in there.
I just had to Google what the movie the talking kangaroo as well. Kangaroo Jack.
I think
Jack, yeah.
do we give Jim /
That's a
Stephanie
like dislike.
the Bush Wizards, do we give him a really big crush on Skeletor for the goth section?
That's perfect. We'll score bonus points, but well, yeah, Skeletor and skeletons in general, I think.
Yeah, Skeletor.
Because it's also skeleton warriors. They fucking love.
Then we have
skeleton warriors.
Koi, Suave, and...
Also, right, so for the general like for Bush Wizard, I think it should be shit and tat, which is just buying like fucking pointless, ridiculous amounts of money on just random like collectible items that are just
that's
disgustingly
on the likes.
pointless.
That's on the likes.
Yeah,
isn't it?
like £600 for an alien statue,
Yeah.
you know, shit like that.
Yeah.
I think also for following on from wall slams for the likes. So Jim is actually a pretty semi-pro wrestler. So we should do. I can't think what. I'm trying to think of an overtly suave thing to do with wrestling.
No, I
What's it
think
called? What are they called?
I think we just put it likes wrestling, and he is
Yeah,
one,
sure.
and that's why it's suave because he's uber confident.
Outback Chimera, the fucking
they
semi-pro wrestler.
Apologies, they are overly confident.
Collectible tat wrestling.
Collectible.
You put Skeletor and other skeleton, implying it's only one of them.
And other Jack skeleton only, please.
The way, for some reason, when you said that, I heard Jack Skellington OnlyFans, which now is that's an
Jack
interesting
skeleton only fans. I think he dislikes OnlyFans. That's his general dislike. Their general dislike.
It's OnlyFans.
Where does... So what are we missing from the dislikes?
From the dislikes, we are missing.
Gamer, we've got the
We're
general...
missing the goth and the suave, and on the likes we are missing the koi, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dislikes. What's a? I think the goth thing. Oh, the night.
They're not.
Darkness. It's an outback chimera. You know, it's hot and sunny. I'm realizing as I'm saying this that everywhere, no matter where you are on the planet, pretty much basically averages to half and half, day and night. But shut up, it's the desert, so it's sunny. Doesn't like the darkness.
Doesn't like dark. Yeah.
Afraid of dark. That's why the anti-platypus, which is the platypus, the bringer of night, comes over, and they have to fight.
Is the platypus not a creature? I think it might be.
No.
Fuck off, Matt. Why do you think
Why
I know
do
the
you
answers to these questions? Why do you give a shit?
Because it would make sense. You know,
No, it makes sense.
synergy between our things.
Platypus,
know
bringer
what?
of night. Well,
Just
the
for-
platypus is nocturnal, so
Just
I
for
suppose
you,
we should call
it's
it the bringer of
nocturnal.
night. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Good
Yes.
job.
You know what? It's so
Wow.
nice that things come full circle and Platypi are nocturnal now.
Oh, Christ. So, okay, the dark. Loot boxes, platypus. OnlyFans.
I think they are a bit of a deviant artist.
A deviant artist. Interesting.
Is this the koi?
That's the koi. I'm typing it in now.
Deviant artist.
Means you're just missing the suave.
Overly
dislike.
suave, yeah.
It's a tricky one. Don't forget we can go to previous categories and take.
What if they
like.
really dislike the way the
Speaking
Rock
house.
Johnson?
I don't think we can do that.
Is that what? Why not? Is that illegal? Is that a crime?
Is
Sue YouTube gonna?
No, it's because
down my
the
door?
rock is, I believe, of Polynesian descent, and there is a lot of in New Zealand and such. There is a bit of a dichotomy. That
We can't have our Australian character hated on Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Be alluded to maybe a little bit racist. I don't want that
we
on
could
our
have
character.
the yokai be called Seppukus.
Okay. I mean, it's not suave.
It's
but
a
Lord of the Rings-
very touchy.
Lord of the Rings is in
that
New
we're
Zealand.
playing here.
What if they?
It's a
What if they
fine
hate
line,
Lord
and I
of
think
the
The
Rings?
Rock might be considered. Dislikes the Lord of the Rings.
Well, the Lord of the Rings trilogy, not necessarily the books,
Yeah.
just the
Yeah.
fucking New Zealand backdrop is
Yeah,
not what they
dislikes new films in New Zealand because he's like,
film
so-
set in Viggo Mortensen.
Yeah. He looks at and he's just like the bloody movie, ruining the
Hates
outback.
Taika Waititi.
I can't go to my lovely walk today because they are filming another Hobbit movie. Oh, I hate these people
What are these
using.
fucking larpers running around?
Yeah, he doesn't like it.
Okay.
They don't like it.
Right. Next one. So we're going to Africa now.
Africa.
I immediately thought of Madagascar, the film, and as
Of course you did.
King Julian is absolutely perfect for it to be a cryptid.
King Julian. I mean, dinosaurs are considered to be in the Congo, so I think
Fucking sorry.
that's a
Fucking
cryptid
what?
thing. That's a cryptid thing. Because a lot of British explorers came by.
You just said
a
it completely
British
as an objective fact. You were like, well, dinosaurs are from the Congo. Yeah.
No, so basically,
What?
colonialists would go over and they'd be like, "Oi, chappie, I'm British in my explorer garb with my monocle and my cup of tea, and I want to be hunting some exquisite game." And the locals are just like, "Yeah, I guess there's some scary lizards there talking about crocodiles." Be like, "Oh, blight, you're not talking about one of these dinos these archaeologists are all about," and they're like, "Fucking sure,
No.
just
go
fuck
away.
off. Just fuck off. If it will leave you in peace." And they're like, "Oh, blimey, mate, I went in, I fought one." It's like an adventure story, and then it became this whole thing. It's like, oh, there's dinosaurs in the Congo, but there's not really. It's just So I think a prehistoric lemur combined Madagascar and
The Jurassic Julian.
Jurassic Julian. It's me. It's me, Jurassic Julian.
Greetings, I am Jurassic
Greetings.
Julian.
This is my little lemur boy, Mort. I chuck him to the creatures who eat us in the night. His big eyes dissuade the prey.
Okay,
I am
it's Jurassic
friends.
Julian, bringer of meteors or
likes
something.
it.
I don't know.
You know what
He
I
does like
like
to move
with the fact that we had at number 3 we had the penciled in name Jeremy and Jurassic Jim and Jurassic Julian. I am sensing there is a J theme with this naming convention.
J is just a
or subconsciously Jacko W is a really big fan of the letter J.
Of J's.
Of J's.
Oh, well, I was thinking Jurassic Julian and someone about. I feel like he's the Extinction Lord. You know,
Now.
he's bringer of meteors or
Worthy kids.
the great the great impactor.
Worthy kids. There we go.
Jurassic Julian, the mighty meteor.
Jurassic Julian. Jurassic Julian. The Dino Apocalypse.
I need something more. I don't know.
He came riding the meteor to Earth, and he swam from Mexico to Africa where he lives.
Jurassic Julian,
The Verminator,
Chicxulub,
named after the
the Chicxulub surfer. I don't know.
I think there's definitely. Come on, guys, let's think about this. There is a pun here where you can combine
There is a pun.
dinosaur killing, meteors, and King Julian, and we can find it. I believe in
Oh
us.
dear.
Jurassic Julian's hunger will not be satiated until he drinks the blood of all lizards and then goes back to space. Because yes, he's an alien now. I've decided Jurassic Julian is a little prehistoric alien lemur.
Eater of lizards, lover of women. Yeah, I was thinking he's very suave, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry. He's the suave stereotype. Okay, eater of lizard.
Smusher of lizard.
Smusher of... I've got it. Smusher of...
Lizard smusher, woman smoocher.
Smusher of lizard, smoocher of people. Actually, I think it rolls off the tongue better if I do smoocher of people, smusher of lizards, because lizard
I was
is
thinking
quite a...
lizard smoocher, lizard smusher, people smoocher.
There we go. Lizard
Perfect,
smoocher,
absolutely
lizard
brilliant.
smoosher.
Okay. So when we say worthy kids in brackets, it's actually
Yeah.
is it Dave the clown? Is he Dave? Or is it Steve? It's
Wow.
Steve. It's Steve.
Steve,
Yeah, he's gone. I'm pretty sure it's Steve.
likes or dislikes? He likes to move it. Okay.
Simple.
leaving
That's a
that in.
suave thing.
I don't think it's a suave thing. I think it's just a general thing. I think this is a suave.
Oh, I thought it was like he's an excellent like samba dancer or I don't know.
Samba dancer.
Not necessarily. Is that just a dancer? I don't know.
Actually, yeah, we do move it, and then we can always do something else. I'm gonna put his emo thing is going to be death. He loves death.
Fucking loves death.
death.
Extinction.
Yeah, he loves death, which makes him. There's a dichotomy there where somebody hates death. Jurassic Jim, who hates dishonesty. So this is the tricky one for the polyamorous run.
Mm-hmm.
How do you do this line? How do you tell it?
Okay, what game does Jurassic Julian fucking love? I mean, there's some obvious dinosaur things, but like I feel like
video game.
best PS2 game ever.
I don't know what
Oh,
he dislikes. I think he dislikes the Lego Jurassic Park games.
Oh,
They've
no,
got
we can do
dinosaurs
we
in.
could surely we could do something better. We can do something better.
Oh, there is an obscure game, Dino Crisis. It's a horror game where you have to run away from dinosaurs on a spaceship. It's like a survival horror made by the people who did Resident Evil.
Ah,
Dino Crisis, I think, works very well, especially because it's space as well. So it's like the dinosaurs have come to space.
he's from space.
Yeah, I know. The dinosaurs have gone into space. He wants to.
He doesn't want the dinosaurs in space, so he's
He wants
furious at the
to
concept.
smoosh. It's going again. Welcome back.
Okay, so we've got his likes is Madagascar for PS2. That's a top video game.
You've got some lipstick from when you went where Jurassic Julian's been. So if you wipe that off before you continue, got it. Brilliant.
He also likes death and extinctions and things.
What does he?
That's his goth
He's
thing.
coy. What does he like?
He needs a coy thing. I
He's
don't think
not
he's very coy.
coy, is he?
He's not.
There's not a lot of coyness to him. Maybe he has
Also
a
not
he has a
very
quiet
coy.
side. Maybe something like poetry or something.
I think he is
maybe-
secretly a massive weeb. He's very self-conscious about it, so he hides it. And at some point, like he turns to this camera and he's accidentally like his room camera instead of like his camera on his laptop downstairs. And you see it, and he's like, "Oh no, you've seen my," and it's all like, it's all
colossal anime
it's all
collection.
dinosaur like dinosaurs in like schoolgirl outfits, like really.
He's got a body pillow shaped like a T-Rex. He's got this bizarre relationship with lizards where he fucking hates them and kills them, but also has a massive kink for them.
It's what I think he's so overwhelmed by emotion that he goes into a frenzy and kills them. Well, he can't stand Dino Crisis. He's just like it's too much for him. There's so much. The dinosaurs have gone into space, and it's too much for me. Turn it off.
Okay, what does he not like? What's he not a fan of?
It's not a fan of. Well, we've got pretty much all of it. We've got like another
also
thing.
for the general likes, I think he likes something like pantomime or like fancy dress, something clowny.
I think fancy dress. I think he likes cosplay.
Certainly fancy dress because I think
Cosplay slash fancy dress.
I feel like cosplay is just modern fancy dress. We've given it a weird word, and like,
maybe it's into cross dressing as well. Let's just put all of it in. Like he
all of it.
just loves dressing up. He loves it.
Yeah.
Like all of the dressing.
Gym
up.
rat. He hates gym rats.
Gym rat. He hates them gym rats.
Okay.
There's nothing weird going on there. He just hates those rats in the gym. He goes and just goes, I cannot fit
hate
in. The
dirty
doors are
gyms.
too tiny for this gym made for rats.
He
I think
dislikes
because he's a
grounds
dino-
that don't have an animal component to them.
I think there needs to be a fundamental misunderstanding. He gets very easily misunderstood. This is like in this dislikes, but it's kind of more of a trait he has. He misunderstands just the basic, like Worthy Kitty's kind of alien just appears and disappears all over the place. But he just fundamentally doesn't understand how like human culture works. So when
but
people say
he doesn't
gym
realize he
rats-
doesn't understand. He's certain he understands it.
Yeah,
But it's completely
it's
wrong.
completely wrong. So I think that's like his like final bit is just like annoyed at people who suggest he doesn't understand Earth culture. So like, if you have
interesting
someone
that
call him out and be like, I don't think that's how it works. He's just like, how dare you disrespect Jurassic Julian? You
Yeah, he's always in
lizards.
third person.
I think when he gets
He calls people
a
lizards.
lot of affection towards him, he calls them lizards when he's trying to insult them. But it's also like a pet name at the same time.
Yeah.
I think Jurassic Julian is the most developed character of all of these.
Yeah, for some reason we really clicked with Jurassic
really
Julian.
clicked with Jurassic Julian. I really want if you know on like DaVinci you can type in a thing and like it will like clip all of the times that's said. Can we just do a short where we clip all the time someone says Jurassic Julian?
Yeah, I've realised there's an additional component to his dichotomy with Erratic Jim, which is that Jurassic Julian enjoys extinction, and Erratic Jim fears and hates death. However, Jurassic Julian is also he's lived for millions of years at least because he came to Earth at the Chicxulub impact, which was 60 million years ago, and so he kind of can't. He's almost immortal.
Yeah.
So on the one hand, he enjoys extinction. So there's an interesting relationship between Erratic Jim and Jurassic Julian that has formed.
Yeah. I like the fact that you
I
have.
want to play this game. This sounds fun.
I put moodiness down opposite for his emo thing because I think he's such a joyful one that he doesn't like people who've like somebody who's being like depressed or something, which is quite a god
Yeah,
thing.
he doesn't like people in moods.
He doesn't
However,
like negative emotions.
He is known to get into colossal moods.
Yeah, I think it's negative emotion. He doesn't like it. He doesn't have it in him. The old negative emotion. Have
we done everything there?
Coy. We need something coy that he dislikes.
Ah, yes. Coyness.
Coyness.
Just hates people being coy.
Yeah, he's not a fan of coyness, but he's secretly a massive weeb. So like, there's this whole stretch of coyness that he secretly likes. But when he goes, it's like, this isn't fair. This is the one character that if I'm playing a coy character, I can't really connect with him on that level. But actually, he just hides it. There we go. So next,
you start to realize he posts a weird amount of like anime shit, but something. I don't know.
So at South America, we've got the Aztecs, Incans.
Hang on. We're missing one.
Antarctica will come.
Oh, Antarctica.
We'll sliver background to that. Sliver background to Antarctica. Okay. So yeah, South
America.
Mm-hmm.
Cool stuff from South America. Jaguars, chocolate, llamas. The Amazon's pretty neat.
Isn't a tapir from the Amazon? And guinea pigs. Guinea pigs from... No,
iguanas from there. You got some ziggurats.
Two good.
What if he's a ziggurat?
He's like a robot ziggurat.
Zigzaggerat.
He's a zigzag rat.
He's a zigzaggerat, and he's a rat that can only move in 2 dimensions.
He is a rat that is bound.
He can move left and he can move up. Yeah, he's a... That's very dumb.
What?
So the zigzaggerat. What does he? Who's the YouTuber for this?
Let's think of a name. Oh, I'm not doing the names anymore. Well, I'm not doing the personalities anymore. So you've got to come up with one picture YouTuber before I say a name that you all like. Like, I think his name's definitely Ronald. Strong Ronald vibes. Rowdy Ronald.
Rowdy Ronald. We have... Okay, what do we already have? Because we're getting towards the end. So we have Jurassic Julian, who's very overt and kind of over the top. We've got Bush Wizard, who is similarly kind of eccentric and very in your face. We've got Seppuku Sandy, who's a bit more edgy and a bit quieter, perhaps, but still kind of out there. We've got Christina Kringle, who is weirdly enough the perhaps most subdued of the bunch, which is surprising. And then we have Erratic Jim, who is they're all very bombastic. So do we want to do someone who's a bit quieter?
Yeah, we have some coin.
Who's like a chill? Maybe can we just break the rules and whack in a Thomas Scott? I feel like he needs to be in it.
No, I don't think we can go for Tom Scott, but we have
No.
to go.
No.
No, we set up. We
Can't we
set
have
up
Tom
the
Scott?
rules.
He'd be perfect. I'd love to do a dating sim with Tom Scott in it.
I do have somebody who is. They're gentle. They are a little bit eccentric and a little bit out there, but they are probably the most subdued. Brian David Gilbert is a.
He's not below 3 million.
Yeah, he's 702,000.
Oh, but what's Polygon?
What's Polygon? He doesn't work for Polygon anymore.
He is Polygon. He's
No,
the
he
only
doesn't
reason
work-
anyone subscribes
No,
to Polygon.
the McElroys were first there.
No, they founded it, but they don't do anything there.
And also Polygon's
They do Monster
1.23
Factory and that's
million.
it.
So even if you were to add up both
Okay.
channels,
That
he
is-
would still be
Alright.
under.
Okay, so the Zigzag Rise. They're all just sketch comedians. This is fucking stupid.
I love the fact you think that like, Tom Scott. Are you sure Tom Scott's under 3 million? You go to Brian David Gilbert, and you're like, he's definitely over 3 million. Just goes to show how good his content.
like. Well, yeah, I don't know. It's yeah. Okay, so it's BDG 30s.
That can be Matt's one.
So you did.
I know he struggled with the old.
So you had Ronald, was it? It needs more than just. I don't think Rowdy Ronald's too on the nose.
Relaxed Ronald. Relaxing, chillaxing, min-maxing
Ronald
Ronald.
Ratatouille.
I like something
Relaxy
offbeat,
Ratatouille.
just like he's just Ronald Reagan.
Relaxed Ratatouille. Relaxatouille.
Ronald.
Ronald. Just call him Ronald. Ronald the Relaxed.
Ronald. It's definitely Ronald.
Ronald the Somewhat Relaxed.
Ronald. The present, but not noticed.
Ronald, ever present, never noticed.
Ronald, ever present. Never noticed. Omnipotent.
Okay, I feel like right. So we need to iron out more of the character before I can do a name.
Before
I
we
think
can do a name.
we'll come back to
So
it.
he's a
There's options.
Zigzagarat. Okay, let's do some categories then.
So he's clearly like he's on the coy end.
On the coin.
He's somewhere between suave and coy, I think. But there's not a lot of goth in here. There's maybe a smidge of gamer, but I feel like his game is something like yeah. Well, no, we've already had Overcooked. Come on.
Okay, we'll do Animal Crossing.
Do another chill game. There's more.
Animal Crossing.
Yes, no, that is perfect.
And he dislikes Doom.
Yeah, that's a very good. Yeah,
Good dichotomy there.
perfect. Okay.
He doesn't know what to think about the fan art of both Isabel and Doom guy. But he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to cause a fuss. So
Likes.
I think it's
cardigans.
because it's online. Because it's online. I think it does work very well. That like we've got a lot of bombastic personalities, and these two are kind of like quieter, and so they're not well noticed. So they're a lot harder to kind of like get them by themselves because they're always so anxious to talk to people one-on-one. So yeah, I think like I like the final thing that he likes being cardigans. Just
I think that was the coy thing, or that can also just be the sort of random thing.
or actually we could do it under the coy things and have comfy.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Comfiness. Then we have goth things. It's not very goth, so we need to find something that's kind
Oh, he's
of
right.
goth.
He's a rat.
Plague.
Nah, I don't want to do. Yeah, I thought plague, but I feel like that's both.
He likes
the fact
bugs.
that we're doing South America and we're already
likes-
going with an
he
Aztec
likes
thing. I
bugs.
don't think we should have him liking plague
can't
because that is what
because
wiped them out, and I feel like that's a bit on the nose.
Bugs. we can have bugs. Like he's really into centipedes and such, and that's kind of like
Okay.
creepy crawly, but it's not
He likes
quite.
creepy crawlies. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, he likes creepy. I think it's bugs. Like you have like I love moths. They're so deep. Where he's just like very cool. Very cool. I'm gonna go make some pepcorn now. I think as you get to know it, I think more and more of the Brian David Gilbertness comes out as they become more confident with, like more comfortable with you. Yeah. I think the one thing that he doesn't like, is that feeling when you bite into a pickle and it's a little squishier than you expected.
What do they end up with? Was it gerb? Okay, brilliant. A second pass at squishier, please. Squisher.
Squisher.
Skiosher.
There you go. So we've got his suave thing. We can't go for fashion again.
No. New shoes.
Shoes.
No, it can't be these shoes. I don't know. Right, so it's a rat that zigzags, and what's cool about the rat that zigzags? What makes it more interesting than just an eccentric rat?
We could do like he's a bit of a fashionista, not like into cosplay, fancy dress, but on the other hand, like kind of stylish clothing.
Catwalk,
yeah. So it's a different dichotomy, and then we've just got a general like gap there. But on the other end, we have to do.
I haven't got the zigzag rat in my head yet. I haven't got his character.
Sorry, why was the goth thing not that he liked like sacrifices?
Because that's also fucking racist as shit. I know it's literally a fact, but also it's just so on the nose.
I didn't even hear.
Yeah, well, right, but that itself is a neutral comment on Aztec culture. Yeah. So let's not go deeper.
What was it that you said?
It happened.
It did happen.
Look, I think you're fine with the Aztecs and Mayans and Incans, unless we are talking about the extinction of pretty much the culture. But otherwise, I think we can go pretty hog wild in terms of reference.
Right, if you want to do sacrifices.
Oh, that's what he said. We can't do sacrifices.
Right, exactly. He said his goth like was sacrifice.
Sacrifices.
Dislikes sacrifice.
He has this whole thing where people are like, we've got to sacrifice stuff to the zigzaggerats, and he's like, I don't want this, guys. That's not cool.
Okay, all right. So the zigzaggerat, the zigzaggerat is worshipped as a god wherever he goes.
Yeah,
he's not actually a god. He possesses no interesting powers whatsoever, but except for the one power that he is constantly revered for no observable reason.
A divine like an absolute divine interest in Shrek Super Slam 2.
So okay, Animal Crossing creepy crawlies, comfy fashionista. Why business and spelt awfully?
Business.
Business.
He likes business. How do you do? I'm the zigzaggerat.
Business.
I like to do business. Oh, what's that over there? Don't worry, I can get us a good deal at this farmer's market with my business skills.
Why is it business?
Hello
who wrote
there, business.
He's just battering me into submission by saying business over and over, and I can't really beat it, to be honest. So we'll just roll with it.
I'm just a humble little rat with my big coins, which are pretty much my size.
I have lovely gold coins.
I
The
would like to
business,
buy
right?
your finest durian.
Although I am, I mean, no, hang on. What if his
Wow,
bitcoins are
wow.
bitcoins?
I do want to do just a whole Borat bit with the Antarctica one where it just goes in wow wow wee wow.
Okay, let's table it. We've got something
So
to
you
finish.
got sacrifices
So, right,
slash the oculate.
The oculate,
Yeah, like
The occult, do you
Satanism.
the
mean?
occult. There's not a you've added in a vowel that
added a-
doesn't deserve to be there. Hasn't earned its place yet.
I'm just
fucking
a
AI, he gets me every
business
time, man.
rat. How do you
Just the
do?
business.
Just some general bees. Do you like my little business joke? How do you do? Like this suit,
Fucking
it's
can't get enough of his
pinstripe.
Christmas. He's all about his cryptocurrency. He's a Discord business. It's it's internet business. He's
Cryptocurrency.
the big
In fact, yeah, we're
Bitcoin.
replacing business dash crypto. Really into his crypto.
Tasty Ethereum.
We need something he dislikes. Suave and Koi. He doesn't like fishing.
Dislikes
He
Bug
dislikes
fishing.
chess.
He doesn't like catching stuff
dislikes
because
chess.
he dislikes chess.
Dislikes-
I don't think.
I don't know which one that fits into, but it's.
I think.
I think for the
I think-
overt one, I think he dislikes monogamy.
I think fish. I think
This
like
business rat is too used to sleeping with a harem of cultists.
fishing fishing and bug catching because he doesn't want to harm them. He just likes watching them and such. You know, he's just a big fan of.
Okay.
But this is his so he dislikes monogamy.
Oh no. This
He
chill
can't do
guy cannot
monogamy.
dislike monogamy. That's he's
That's
too
absolutely
he's not that.
not.
That's
So
too
it's just
that's too
something
eccentric.
suave. Dislikes the nightlife.
Dislikes nightlife. Okay, yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
He just wants to stay at home. Get out his jar of pickles and hope none of them are squishier than he
Hopes
expects.
are gone. None of them are squishy.
We've got a name from this. I think we've given quite an in-depth character
Yeah.
for this business rat. Did you know that that Bitcoin's going up at the moment? It's a great time to invest. Business. I invested in Dogecoin because Elon Musk messaged about it. Business.
So he's called Ronald, and he's
the business rat.
master of stonks.
He's rebranding himself from the zigzagger rat to the business rat. He is Ronald the business rat now because he doesn't
Ronald
want
the
the
business rat.
sacrifices or the cult stuff. He's rebranded. He's got a new
Business
style.
Ronald. He's Business Ronald, master of stonks.
Business Ronald, keeper of stonks.
Keeper of stonks. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah.
I've got both the creepy crawlies and the business in there.
Oh dear God. Okay.
And then we've got
Antarctica. So I mean, it has to be a penguin of some sort.
has to be I think Penguin leans
Or
too
maybe it
much
doesn't.
into the King
Madagascar.
Julian stuff.
Okay.
I think we could have like an eldritch horror here because like
Well, yeah,
Antarctica
I was
is
thinking
where-
Eldritch Horror because in Lovecraft there is like loads and loads of ancient cities deep under the Antarctic where the elder things used to live.
a Shaggoth or a Shaggothaloth.
Maybe. What?
The Kraken. He lives under Antarctica.
It's just the Kraken.
We're going back to something simple. The Kraken.
Ghidorah. It's Monster Zero stuck in the ice.
Door, Kaiju Kraken. Yeah, I think he's
Kaiju Kevin.
Kaiju. He's the Kraken, and he's Kaiju Kevin is definitely his first name. I think again, we wanted more. We've got quite a lot of big characters.
Oh yeah, he's very reserved. Don't worry.
very reserved.
So Business Ronald is more of like a sort of calm and coy almost character. I think Kaiju Kevin is quite suave, but not in like a bombastic way.
Yeah.
He's more like a James Bond, where he's very just sort of he's smooth, but he doesn't really, I can't think of a good character.
Could
good
be
person to...
Nakey
This should have been value select. Thinking about it.
Nakey Jakey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
He's got quite
I
a
can't
chill vibe, doesn't he? Nakey Jakey.
well, definitely, yeah. Very chill.
Got Kaiju
Okay,
Kevin on his. Well, I think the one thing that he likes just outside of that is his exercise ball.
Yeah, it had to be the.
But that can be his like suave thing. He's really into his cardio and his like exercise ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's also. I think this is like we have the very. I think Seppuku Sandy is kind of a though they're a bit like they're like a gamer goth, but they're a little bit like they're a little bit, I'd say, they're coy. I think this is going to be our like goth suave kind of.
Yeah.
So okay.
But it's like a quiet suave, so he's got a little bit of coy in
Yeah,
it
yeah.
as well. I think it's.
Definitely.
I think if we move it away from the video game aspect for this one and like make this one a bit of a less of a gamer, similar to Brian, because the others are all pretty. You got a majority gamers, I think.
So the game he likes is like not really a game. It's like Tetris or something.
It's like Limbo,
It's
where it's just walking
Oh,
along.
Limbo. Yeah, maybe he really likes like that's because that's kind of like gothy and a bit edgy.
Yeah.
He likes like walking sims.
Yeah. Limbo. That I mean, that's like a game in the field of what they like.
Yeah, definitely.
Um,
You Kevin, man, he fucking hates like not necessarily Godzilla, but like Legendary Entertainment or whatever. Like
yeah.
he hates those films. He thinks that they represent him very poorly. I've just spotted. Why have you spelled Kraken? So why is he the Kraken?
Because it's like a crack in the ice in the Antarctic, and that's where he comes from.
Man, that's fucking awful.
I'm here all week.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's not good.
We'll keep it, but it is know that it's bad.
Know that it's bad. Look, I didn't even. I saw it got put in. I was like, that's not even worth a comment. My behalf. I'm just gonna be like, sure, why not?
Okay.
So I'm guessing that's his additional like dislike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Limbo.
dislikes. What's a game he would
What's
like?
a big game? Because he's not much of a gamer, so I think this can be quite a pop.
Call of Duty, surely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's
big
what non-gamers
FPS.
think is like the game. Like that is
I'm
like
not
absolutely
into
sort of classic.
I'm just into
Video
Shrek
game.
Super Slam and just some.
Oh yeah, he's not a gamer, but he is on the Shrek Super Slam forum.
He's more there for Shrek than anything else. Like,
He's there for the story rather
He's
than
Okay,
confused.
so he dislikes Legendary Entertainment, but he absolutely loves DreamWorks.
Mhm. Yeah, I like that. We just have DreamWorks as like his, but that could be his.
That's a koi,
No.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a koi.
That feels like a koi.
Yeah, I think it gives you an idea of his vibe that he likes DreamWorks.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then so what are we missing?
So we're missing
Goth.
his goth. So we've already got Limbo. We want to go. I think he's into his poetry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Poetry and music.
Kaijus have to write poetry. But
It's
what
like
kind of poetry?
it's just like, do you want to read some of my poetry? And like he he turns the camera, it's like carved into the ice. There's like this tapestry of screams and horrors. Just goes, the faithful whistle. It's like this eldritch text, just like the raven caws twice tonight. Was it nice?
Oh man, we
Also-
should have had us. No, I'm not gonna fucking. I was thinking that a good game for him to like is Cultist Simulator, just because he's a fucking eldritch horror. But no, it's too weird a game. Limbo's perfect.
He's just
so we've
got
done-
his an additional like, which you can go for more emo stuff. You can go for.
I don't like that you just put poetry and music as his goth thing, but that's
But
a very
it's
strange
like
thing to say
it's
about
more.
poetry and
It's
music
more. It's
as
not
well.
like it's not like poetry and music. It's like goth poet, like the stereotypical
That is
poetry and music for goth. Like this will all be categorized in like the sections. Like this is his goth interest. This is like his wild card interest. You know.
God, what would be his final thing? I mean, he's chilling in the ice all the time, so like, I feel like his day-to-day
Like
life is
snow.
going to be interesting.
Or dislike snow. He can't do dislike snow.
Well,
because
so
he's got
so
loads of
actually,
good
it actually snows surprisingly little in Antarctica.
So yeah, snow. He's like it's surprising.
Oh, it's
you know.
snow
You
day,
wouldn't-
and everyone's like, "What the
you
fuck are you
wouldn't
talking
know
about?
this,
You live in
but, like,
Antarctica."
it
It's like, "You don't
doesn't-
understand."
You don't understand. It's when you get because he's a kaiju. Like he lives in the center where it's farthest from people, and that's longest for the snow to kind of travel and get there. But I've even got mountains around me. None of them cut. God's Legendary Entertainment. So we just got his dislikes for coy, goth, and popular, like suave. And we've also got two human categories to fill at the end.
What if he dislikes veganism? All he's got to eat is
Veganism.
penguins.
That's a good coy thing to dislike.
Because a couple of these have to be assholes, and I like making the one place where no one actually lives be the asshole character, because that way we're not insulting anyone.
He's the Kaiju Kevin's the bad boy.
yeah, no, that's perfect. He's like light bad boy vibes.
Yeah, he's like emo bad boy, like not into.
He's actually remarkably sensitive, but on the outside he tries to project a bit of a sort of.
Yeah.
I'm
Because I think
cool,
also
big,
Jurassic
spooky
Julian
monster.
is very in your face. Like he likes death. Like he's pretty much. He's pretty intense. I think all of these they can be a good or a bad guy depending on your.
Yeah, definitely.
You know.
Yeah.
Like don't get onto
so-
the wrong side of Seppuku Sandy, Queen of Katanas.
She'll mail you a katana and it'll explode into lots of mini katanas and eviscerate you. Letter bombs.
So we have his popular thing and his emo thing. The emo thing I'm struggling with, what he doesn't like emo wise. Because he's by himself, I don't think he realizes that like goths are a thing, so I think he dislikes other goths. Which is the edgiest thing and something that would definitely appeal to goth.
I knew someone that was like this. I knew someone that identified as a goth, but only ever wore a white trench coat because they hated how much goths.
No,
They were like,
I think,
being goths about
he's
being
dressed-
original and like different,
he's-
and like all goths always wear black, so I wear white to be really original. And I was like,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
Yes.
Could just wear a white coat and shut the fuck up about it, but whatever.
Yeah, and then you have the thing he doesn't like, which is popular.
Oh shit, yeah.
Capitalism. Which puts him in direct competition with
Him and Business
Business Ronald.
Business Ronald.
There we go. So we've got 2 additional cryptids types for your playable character. Then
Oh fuck me, we do,
What
don't
have
we?
we got
We don't.
human, ESP, Cybergeist.
Geist.
What about some sort of fur? But obviously not a furry. I
Not
mean
a
like an animal
furry.
hybrid.
Like a werewolf or some shit, yeah.
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 Lycanthrope. I'll just
Yeah,
put a
but-
lycan there. And because of
Okay,
the
yeah.
fur, they're more thick-skinned. Like you're less you've got like an insult meter, and sometimes you can't help but like throw an insult. And they've got, because of their hides, they've got like thicker hides. They take less insults. You know, they're less.
Okay.
They're more
What
like
about just?
open.
We haven't done any vampire thing yet.
I don't think we need to do vampire if we've got lichen.
It's true.
And we've got cyber guys. We've got a ghost, a psychic, a werewolf. I think a vampire is just a bit.
Mummy.
Mummy. What does a mummy do though? I think if you go for a typical fantasy thing like a dwarf or a halfling. I'm a dwarf.
Yeah.
Because they can be the opposite of lichen. They can get very heated, but also very passionate about liking stuff. So they can really connect with people if you share interests.
A human, a esper, a lichen, a dwarf, and a cyber ghost.
That's
a bizarre race list for
it's a
for a
bizarre
creative
race
creator.
list. Yeah.
Okay. Cracking.
Yeah. Kraken. So that is. We need to name our cryptid dating sim. Now that we've got everything, we know all of the components. Bring it all together.
I mean,
Around
so,
the world
so
in
it's
80 dates.
But it doesn't say. I like it, but I think we need to put something to do with.
Can we work in
cryptids.
cryptids somehow?
Yeah. Because we can do Discord and cryptids, or we can do worldwide. So I think that the components are we've got
Or it's
cryptids, world and Discord are the three like main things. 7 freaks in a Discord server.
Freaky Friday.
Fuck off.
Yeah. I think like 4 weddings and a funeral, you could do 7 cryptids and
Why not just call it 7 cryptids in a Discord server?
7 cryptids in a Discord server.
That seems so just simply on the nose and just it conveys exactly what this game is.
I set up a Discord server and found love with a cryptid.
To be fair, that is the kind of thing that you do get as a.
I found love with a cryptid on a Discord server.
That is the kind of thing that a dating sim would be called, because it's like they're always so precise, because there's so many of them. They have to be so precise. Like this
Yeah,
is
you
exactly
have to
like
get across
this
the
one.
gimmick of this one, like quickly.
So we have Erratic Jim, the incomprehensible Wendigo with the personality of Gus Johnson, and we have the Chippy Cobra, Christina Christingle, the Chippy Cobra, with the personality of Value Select, the Otaku-chan Yokai Seppuku Sandy, Queen of the Katanas, with the personality of Brizzy Voices, Bush Wizards, the Anti-Platypus, and Outback Chimera with Jim/Stephanie Sterling's personality. Then we have our boy, Jurassic Julian, Prehistoric Lemur, People Smoocher, Lizard Smoosher, with Worthy Kids personality, specifically Steve the Clown. And then they have Business Ronald, Keeper of Stonks, the Zigzagarat, with Brian David Gilbert. And then you have the Kraken, Kaiju Kevin, Nakey Jakey's personality. I think actually, reading through them all, Jurassic Julian is the hardest person to date, which I think is the case because he is the best option after all. He's the one everyone's
he
gonna.
has some enormous things. Definitely.
Everyone's gonna go
But
in.
he's a diva, you know. He's hard to
what we
like,
want.
Yeah, he's quite self-absorbed.
Oh.
So it's
Brilliant.
difficult to wean someone like that off themselves. Anyway,
Someone make this game.
Someone make
Someone make this game. We're not gonna, but someone do it.
Please.
Yes.
I could do it. It would take
And then
way
pay
too
us-
long.
But then pay us to the money for the making.
No. Have
no,
this. It's free. Here you go.
Have this.
IP.
Just get in touch. You know, we'll happily have it. Just do whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm pretty sure. I mean, this was, I think, out of all of the episodes we've done, this is the one that was destined to never fail.
It couldn't have been bad.
It couldn't have been bad. It appeals to all of our benefits, and we spent almost 3 hours on it. So you know.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is certainly one that we've spent a ridiculous
The
amount
longest.
of time on. So much that my laptop
Rightly so.
crashed multiple times.
Rightly so.
Yeah, I
So,
deserved it.
good night, farewell. I'll see you tomorrow.